Butter Tinted Lip Conditioner. I didn't expect to eat.
Hello.
Hello, how old are you?
I'm 9.
I know you're probably not 9, but Jesus Christ.
That they can hang with.
Hello?
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Well, that's better than 9. All right, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I was just getting off of a live showing your full figure,
Great. Cool.
talking about, I don't know, that you're a what? A trans individual, a trans woman?
I am not a
This is
trans
what you
woman.
believe?
What?
Do you not understand when I say that you're a trans woman? Or do you just are brain dead?
Wow, that was nice of you. I am not a
It
trans woman.
was.
I am actually a cisgender woman.
No, you're a trans woman. We seen it in the photo.
Okay.
Which, for one thing, we had to address that how skinny you are.
Are you alright?
Why are you so anorexic?
Fuck are you talking about?
Why do people act so dumb?
Okay. Yeah, I heard someone is hosting a live about me, but what?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So you want to keep continuing to spread all this misinformation to people?
What misinformation am I spreading?
Can we? Oh, I implore you to take a look in your background and see what it's saying up there, where you have I don't know, an alien ship with a person floating up, and then you're saying, "Let kids be kids." See, imagery matters. Okay, people they put things up for a specific reason. And you're putting that type of imagery up because, again, it's a
A spaceship?
symbol of indoctrination.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
Symbol of indoctrination.
That
That's
makes
it.
no sense, but
How
okay.
does it make no sense? You're using it
Bye.
as an.
Oh my god, it's literally just an image, people. Come on now. But are they really saying that I'm like trans in that live? That's funny. It's silly. Whatever. Don't care. It's just kind of. Hello?
Hello. So you're like we said, your background, like the other guy was saying. I kind of agree, in that sense, just because I have kids, and I don't think that any of the trans people, the LGBT community, any of that shit should be broadcasted to kids indefinite.
Broadcasted?
Yeah, I don't care what people do with their life. They're free to do whatever you want to
Right.
do, but
Children are
don't broad.
people.
Okay, children are people. Just, I guess it depends on what you want to put in front of your kid. I can say that the majority of the people in the world do not want some drag queen going into the classroom and talking about their life and how they were bullied and shit. They're fucking kids.
What are you talking about? Is everybody okay this morning? Drag queens in schools?
Yeah, have you not heard about what's happening in Seattle? Or are you just, like the other guy said, are you fucking brain dead?
You guys, do you like to be like mean?
No, I'm not being mean. I have no problem with, like I said, I
No,
have
you
no
don't
problem.
think calling someone brain dead is a little bit like
I
mean?
mean, I'm trying to get on a level with you, and you're saying people these days. I mean, how does that make
I
sense?
didn't say anything about people these days. You did.
Okay. Yeah, that's why you're saying people this morning, or you said some dumb shit like that.
I said such dumb shit that you don't even remember what it was when you tried to call me out on it.
So, what is your argument? Why do you think that kids should be trans? Please elaborate on that.
That
I'm
kids
so
should be
curious.
trans. It's
That's
not that.
just your argument, just that
It's not
kids
that
let
kids.
kids be
Hey,
trans.
how come I can't answer? How come that?
Go
How come you're not letting me speak?
for it.
Great. Some kids are trans. That's it.
And what classifies a kid as trans?
A child whose gender identity develops incongruent from their sex assigned at birth.
Okay, so you're saying, and by kid, like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, what age are you talking about by kid that you're saying that they can fully make a decision to what they want to be? It has a lot to do with grooming too. If you're
No,
gonna
it
let your
really
kid,
doesn't. You're just
it
saying a
does.
bunch of shit. No, you
Nah, if you're
don't.
gonna let your kid wear dresses and shit, then of course they're gonna think. I knew a couple dudes, and like I said, I have no problem against whatever. If you want to do that and that's the life you want to do, then do it. But I think that when it comes to showing kids that, nah, you can get out of that. And you know what's unfortunate
You're just
is,
saying
you know,
that. Like, you don't even know
no,
what you're
what's
talking
unfortunate
about.
is that Disney Channel and all of these
Oh
huge
my
things that
God.
we grew up watching are now showing this stuff in front of kids. You know, it is what it is. I don't care if you agree with me. I don't care if anybody agrees with me. I'm just saying what I need to say. And I seen your let kids be trans and I thought it was really fucking stupid. And I'm sorry for my cursing, but it's just really dumb. There's
Wait.
no 5-year-old can make a decision. Oh, I'm gonna wear a dress. I'm gonna be a girl. I'm gonna be a girl. I'm a boy. I'm gonna be a nah, dog. That is not how life works. That is not how life works.
Uh-huh.
And if you can argue that, please do argue that a 5-year-old needs to wear dresses and needs to be a girl. No, it has to do with their mental retarded parents.
Oh
Sorry.
my God.
Oh, get me out. Oh my god.
You know, I was gonna let him keep going with all of his bullshit, but then he had to throw out a fucking slur. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello. You know, one of the main reasons why I get really frustrated when I keep posting this topic is I just want people to take the time to try to understand what being trans is and how children can be trans. But when I try to explain these things, people have these strong opinions, like that previous guest, these strong opinions with no understanding on what they're talking about, and they just go off on these tangents, these monologues with no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Host is mad. He's right. Do I look mad? Well,
Hello.
hello. How old are you?
22.
What year were you born?
I was born in 2002.
Okay. I think
Kinda
I've heard.
suspicious. Okay, so I have this like genuine question. Do you think that 7, 8 year olds like intelligence is developed enough to choose his gender?
No. No one is choosing a gender.
Now, like for her or he to go like, yeah, I wanna be girl. Like, do you think his
That's
mind
not what
is
being
developed?
trans is. Being trans is not a boy who says, I want to be a girl and then like changes into a girl. That's not what being trans is.
Then explain what is.
What year did you graduate from high school?
What?
What year did you graduate from high school?
Yeah, I'm not 18, bro. I'm just lying to you, but
Okay, bye. That's a problem. Let's not as minors want talk to adults
How we doing? I'm
and then
21.
lie about it.
I was actually born in '02 because that would make her 21. I don't know how, but yeah, where she was getting that from. I want to hear your argument though, truly. Like what?
Some kids are trans. Kids that are trans deserve to be supported.
All right, what is it? What is a kid knowing, like subconsciously? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is a kid like? You're not saying much, truly. Like, can you like? When does a kid decide on that? Like.
Kids don't decide on their gender. No one decides on their gender. You just are who you are.
Do you have children?
Yep.
May I ask how many?
2.
Okay. Boy and a girl, girl, boy, girls, boys.
I have children.
All right, that makes sense. Alrighty.
Okay, so the one that I specifically talk about on this live is a transgender daughter. She is 15.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It let kids be trans. Is that like let all kids just I'm confused.
No, again, I already told you, some kids are trans. They just are. Their gender identity developed incongruent from their sex. That's what that means. Those kids deserve support and love. No, whatever that means for that
Oh
child.
no, it's valid. Yeah, that's 100% true. But the alien spaceship and shit like that, that's kind of like weird.
Why did everybody all of a sudden care about this stupid spaceship?
aliens-
It's something that I started when it was like my logo when I first started a year and a half ago.
Things that we know about aliens
Who gives a
is what
fuck?
the government shows us, right? And then Buddy brung up. I mean, what?
It's literally just a fucking spaceship in the trans colors. I don't know why all of a sudden today people have a problem with it. It's wild. Who gives a fuck?
You're not understanding. What is like when you look at a painting, don't you want to read it? Don't you want to like, you feel what I'm saying? You want to read the whole picture itself?
What?
It's confusing.
Okay.
All right. Very confusing.
Great. Let's ignore the picture behind the words.
But what?
Ignore the picture
Behind the words. So you just came out here. Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you for the most part. And then the picture in the background just throws me off. That's all.
Why?
The alien shit, it's like they're being. Come on, bro. I watch a lot of shit, do a lot of research on the aliens and shit, on the other shit.
What the hell?
Weird. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, well then just ignore it. I just thought it looked cool, so I put it there. It has nothing to do with anything, really.
Okay, well, you have a good one then.
Okay, bye. What is this today? Oh my gosh. Okay. Man. Hello? Sure. Guys, I'm already getting a headache. So strange.
Hello, Mom. I'm a mom too. I'm on your side. Don't worry. We're not.
Hi, I just need your age, please. Hello, did you get a call or something? Maybe. Okay, maybe you can come back. I don't know. Whatever. Complain about the fucking space.
Hi.
It's so weird. Hi.
Oh.
What is your age? Okay, bye. What is going on? Oh my god. Let's see. This Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
38.
All right. What's up?
Not a lot. My only question is TikTok not allowing like people under 18 to talk about trans issues?
You just can't go live under 18 at all on TikTok.
Okay, I didn't realize that. So that was really my only question. I was just curious because, advocating for kids to be trans, I agree with, but I didn't understand why you couldn't talk to anyone under 18. So that was really generally my only question.
Yep. Well, there you go.
I appreciate you. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Have a good one.
Not the gender itself, right?
Okay,
They're
what is
descriptors of gender. A gender is a part of a person's identity.
Okay, so what is that part of the person's identity? And see, this is the big mistake. You want to create all these separate terms, and you're taking away from the
No,
meaning of
it's
gender.
not. We're not creating terms to.
Okay, then
we're
what
defining.
What is
Hold
gender
on.
then?
A gender is a part of a person's identity.
Okay, but what does that signify? Because it has a definition.
What is your definition then?
Someone who takes on traditionally feminine roles.
That's your
Generally.
gender?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
No. So, wait.
Hada, are you going to respond, or you just scoff?
I'm baffled because so men
baffled
don't
as well.
have genders.
Feminine roles.
Okay.
Right. So what gender? So the definition of the definition of gender, like the definition of gender, the definition of gender,
society, right? That's actually the new thing. That's the newer thing. Gender used to.
No, it's not a new thing, guy. It's not a new thing. Gender signifies a particular aspect of a person's social interaction with other individuals.
Social
right?
interaction. Exactly.
That's their gender.
Exactly.
Right? Correct. Yeah. So I'm glad we can agree. So what is your issue?
So there is no issue because now you just agreed with me.
Correct.
But
I don't think you understand what that means. I just don't think you understand what that means.
Woman is someone who takes on a basically naturally feminine outlook, participates in naturally feminine roles. That's why you would identify as a woman. This is actually the newer definition.
Can you explain really quickly? Can you explain what? Hold on a second. Hold on. Can you describe? I wish you wouldn't. But can you define what part of a person's nature defines their gender? Because you're insinuating that it's biological in some way. So I'm curious, what part of a person's biology insinuates their gender?
Well, for most of scientific history, sex has equal gender. Okay, it was very.
No, it
simple.
hasn't.
It used to be. If
No,
a
it
man was
hasn't.
feminine, they were just.
No, it
a
hasn't.
man. But now
That is empirically false. That is empirically
You can
false.
say whatever you want, but gender and sex has always been used interchangeably. You can read any peer-reviewed journal.
I have. I've read many.
Now.
I've read many.
So you see men used interchangeably with sex. That's a fact.
They can be used interchangeably, but that does not mean they're the same thing.
Hold on.
That does not mean they're the same thing.
Hold on. Now, the definition of gender has changed to mean roles and basically presentation. So now, a woman is someone who takes on
It hasn't
generally
changed.
feminine outlook, takes on feminine roles.
It hasn't
and
changed.
That makes, to a degree, that makes some sense.
It hasn't
right?
changed.
But now hold on.
Name
Let
one
me
other word.
get out what I'm saying, and I will let
It
you all
hasn't
respond.
changed. You're just
Okay.
What?
Then if the word woman does not mean anything with outlook,
Okay,
anything
you are-
with presentation,
Did I hear him correctly when he said that he
Now
wanted
you've
to
changed the
engage in a
point.
conversation?
Now you've
then you
changed the
guys start getting confused, and I ask you to define what a.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've changed the point. You already made your point that gender and sex were always the same word. They were not. Name one other word. Name one other pair of words that describe the exact same thing, and only the exact same thing.
A woman has meant an adult female. That's all. That's what woman has been.
Separate from gender and sex.
No, now it is. The definition has changed. Cambridge has changed the.
Oh my god!
I'm going to ask you again. Name another pair of words that has nothing to do with gender and sex that mean the exact same thing, and nothing but the exact same thing.
They don't. A woman is an adult female.
Okay, did you not hear me?
Yeah, I did, but that I'm
name another pair of words.
Pointless because
name another pair of words.
The word woman is
name
different.
Another
from
pair of words.
The word woman is different, but the female is an adult.
Name another
This is why
pair
we have
of
the word
words.
girl. This is why we have the word girl. And this is why we have the word woman. They signify different age groups, and that's all it's ever meant. Read any.
That's not true.
Name another pair of words that mean the exact same thing and only the exact same thing.
Why?
Because why would gender and sex be the only one? Right? There must be others.
Why? I'm sorry.
Why? No, that doesn't.
Make an analogy. Make an analogy. Give me another pair of words that mean the exact same thing and only the exact same thing.
Why do you want me to do that? I'm confused why you want me to do that.
Because the English language doesn't work that way.
All right, kid and child. Kid and child mean the same thing, different words.
Nope, not just the same thing. A kid could be a baby goat.
Yep.
Okay,
name
you
a pair
asked
of
me to
words
give
that
you
means
two words that mean the same, that can mean the same thing.
you didn't listen then.
A kid and child.
You didn't listen. That mean the exact same thing and only the exact same thing.
This whole exercise you're making me do is pointless because that's not the point.
It's pointless because you can't figure it out.
Scientifically, the word
now that you can't figure it out,
women and female have been used interchangeably because they relate to the same core thing.
You cannot use them interchangeably.
Now you create other words
Dodge and
by age group. For example, girl, boy, man. They all relate to the same sex, but in different stages of that sexual development.
Hi. You actually could not use them. You could not use them interchangeably even before, right? Because a baby can be a female and not a woman.
Baby's a different word. A baby is a stage of development for everything.
Well, baby can be a female. They're interchangeable, right?
Baby is not a gender.
Baby is a woman.
No one said it was.
Okay, so that's exactly what I'm pointing out. There's no point in bringing that up.
That is what you were saying, that they were interchangeable. Female and woman, correct? Isn't that what you said?
All I've said was that throughout the scientific history, women and female have been used interchangeably because they relate to someone with ovaries. Period. End of story. That's
interchangeably.
But then
actually,
now let me go back because we're going.
Oh my god!
What is the definition of a woman? If it doesn't mean anything, if it has relates to nothing for rules or behavior,
which one would you like? There's more than one definition, so which one would you like?
Okay, you tell me. Because words have definitions have approximations to signify things, right? That's why we have words.
Correct.
So what is
and could you tell me, could you tell me how many times a day, a week, or a year that the dictionary is revised?
Huh?
Could you explain to me how many times a day, a week, or a year that the dictionary is revised? I'm just curious if you know. If you know.
Okay, what?
I'm curious if you know.
Okay, you answer my question, I will answer yours. You're saying
so the answer is no.
Answer the question,
so it gets changed thousands of times a year.
It has no meaning, and this is the problem with this movement. The word woman has no meaning because you're trying.
It does have a meaning.
It does have a meaning. Tell me what the meaning is.
Just because you don't like it.
What is the meaning then?
A person with qualities traditionally associated with being female.
Exactly. What did I say? It's about femininity. What have I been saying this whole time?
Well, not femininity, female.
Okay. What is femininity? Relating to what?
It's subjective. Femininity is subjective.
Okay, so you are saying what I'm saying.
Annoying. Help.
Okay, that's not.
I don't care.
Intellectual. You
have like made us like pivot off into this weird world of like fucking defining women, which is not something I do on my lives. This live is about kids, trans kids. Kids are not women, right? So are we going to talk
Exactly,
about
because a woman is an adult female.
Yeah, kids are not women. Sure.
For a guy that wants to engage in conversation, you really suck at it. Just
You
saying.
guys are definitely intellectuals.
Yeah.
Not intellectuals here.
Bing, bing. Yeah, kids
I know,
can
I
be
know.
girls, but kids can also be male
Okay,
and girl.
okay.
Kids can be male and a
No,
girl.
first of all, I think personally, my opinion is all these definitions are confusing. Nobody's following along with them, and this is why
You're not
I
following
follow
along.
along with them
They're
just
confusing
fine.
you.
I follow along with them just fine, dude, because I have
They are-
cognitive reasoning skills.
They are confusing.
Okay, you can say whatever you want, but
You're
you're not
not following
demonstrating
along. It's not our fault that people are ignorant and uneducated, and sometimes unintelligent. It's not our fault.
Right. Like, don't be mad because we understand it better than you do. So
I checked
Okay,
them
so none of what you're saying is intellectual. I mean, you're just name calling me. You're just insulting me. But
I didn't insult you.
It took you 10 minutes to answer my question,
did
just to
anyone
answer it the
insult you?
same way I said it was. You literally
Who
defined
insulted
what I
you?
said. A woman is someone who takes on traditionally
Who
feminine
insulted you?
roles and has traditionally feminine characteristics. This is the
Who
point. This is
insulted
why
you?
The word woman has a definition. This is actually
Did
new.
I ask
Okay.
you to stop talking about women because we're talking about kids in this topic?
Okay. No, so to what degree should people let kids be trans? What do you mean? Or do you think a kid can go through hormone replacement therapy?
Teenager.
That's not a degree of being trans.
It's not.
yeah.
Okay, I I'm asking a separate question. Do you believe kids
Yes.
should be able to go through hormone
Yes.
replacement therapy?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, because that is a decision that is a
realize-
decision. Hold on, let me answer your question because I am actually a trans person on this panel. So I have an invested stake in this. So shut up for a moment. The only people that should have any opinions or say about whether a patient gets medical treatment is the patient, the guardians, and the doctors. That is a decision within that group only.
Okay, I mean,
So
I don't disagree
absolutely,
with that.
if that group of people
You're asking
decides
you're
that it's the
asking my
best interest
personal
of the
opinion.
patient, then absolutely. Who am I to say otherwise?
Okay, so we also wouldn't let a kid amputate themselves if they feel they shouldn't have an arm.
No, we wouldn't do that. That would be
We don't get
What
let
an
kids get
odd
plastic surgery
comparison.
because they feel they should look a certain way.
What
We
an
let all
odd
these things.
comparison.
So I don't think we should let kids amputate their genitals, and I don't think we should rupture their.
No one's doing that, so you're good. No one's doing that, so
And
that's
you're not
good.
able
Think
to
of a
have a
thought,
conversation.
opinion, or
You're just
feeling.
steamrolling again. Unable to have a conversation.
You said I was responding to Micah because he spoke.
You are
Look at
saying
that accidental allyship. Awesome.
you are spreading misinformation, right? We're not talking about any type of like these like trigger words that you're using. Children amputating thing. Like no one's talking.
No,
about
I'm okay. What I'm signifying is showing you is a big change. Like, so a kid, we will not let a kid get plastic surgery. We will not let a kid amputate their
Maybe we
arm
would.
if they feel they shouldn't
Actually,
have an arm.
you know what?
Like,
I'm going to go ahead and
Actually, I
change
would.
my answer. I'm going to
you
go
don't
ahead
let
and
a
change
kid
my
be
answer because if a
it's
doctor
just-
deems it medically necessary for a child to have an amputation, why would I tell them they shouldn't do that?
Okay, if it's medically necessary, it's not medically necessary.
Correct.
That we rupture a kid's
Transitional
natural
therapies are
hormonal
deemed
development.
medically necessary by their doctors. Cry harder.
exactly.
Sorry.
You can't just walk into a clinic and ask for hormone replacement therapy or for gender reassignment surgery. It has to be deemed necessary by a doctor.
I'm saying my
Yeah.
opinion. I think nature should have its
Your
course and it should
opinion
develop
is irrelevant.
hormonally naturally. I don't think throwing off the natural hormones and
Oh, so then are you opposed? Then are you? Then
this does not
so then
happen
you're
anywhere.
It happens everywhere. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about in nature. No, you do not mess with the natural
No,
development
you're
of
correct.
something.
Doctors don't occur in nature. You're correct.
All right, I talked about this earlier, Help. Again, yet we do mess with things that nature gave me shitty eyesight, right? I have to correct it so I can see.
Okay, you're returning it to the correct baseline. The child was born a male and you're giving it female hormones. You're not returning that to a baseline. That is perverting the natural course.
What?
The kid was not going to develop with female hormones. The kid was going to develop with male hormones. And
Correct.
throw it off its course.
So let me. Hey, help! I got a question for you. Are you opposed to the $1 billion testosterone replacement therapy like market that's in place right now? It's not natural for them to get that, but are you opposed to that? Like for cis people,
baseline. They're males and they're restoring their natural male hormones.
They're not actually.
Their baseline is having low T, dude. Their baseline is having ED and low T. So why are you suddenly okay with that? Their baseline is ED and low T. So why would you be condoning testosterone?
And healthy males have a certain
but their baseline is ED. Their baseline is ED.
But there are
their baseline is ED and low T. Their baseline is ED and low T.
I made my point very clear. Someone who's getting tears.
I'm just kind of over that conversation.
Yeah.
Hi, Micah. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hi, Mel. How are you? Hi, hot dog.
Oh, you know, a little, ooh. Oh my God. Hello?
I hear you.
You have a lot of background noise.
Oh, sorry. There's like a bus passing me right now. I'll get out of there. Is that better?
Yeah. All right. How old are you?
35.
Cool.
Why is that relevant?
I don't want to talk to children. So,
Why?
Yeah.
Do you feel that kids shouldn't be able to consent to certain things? Is that why?
I feel like children shouldn't be wanting to speak to adults on the internet.
Yeah, because kids shouldn't be able to or should not consent to certain things because kids are not mature enough to make those sorts of decisions, right?
Those things are not comparable at all.
Did you stretch before the Mental Olympics you're jumping through right now? Did you stretch?
I got a question. Do you think kids should be able to get tattoos?
Is a medical professional recommending a tattoo to treat symptoms of gender dysphoria?
Do medical professionals often
Did you answer the question? Answer my question.
No, you're leading me down a certain path. I'm asking you a question.
So, fine. If a medical professional is recommending a child to get a tattoo to treat symptoms of something that they have, such as gender dysphoria, then yeah.
Okay, great. And are doctors ever wrong? Do doctors ever make mistakes? And do they ever say, hey, you know what? We administered a certain medication or had a certain surgery that we were doing and we need to stop. It has everything to do with everything.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, of course.
Fun fact, Chris. Gender reassignment surgery and hormone replacement therapy has some of the lowest regret rates and some of the lowest, amongst most medical treatments on the entirety of the planet. Did you know that?
That's awesome. It also has absolutely no impact on the suicide rate. The suicide rate stays exactly the same. Yes,
it absolutely does, Cupcake.
No, it doesn't.
It absolutely does. You want to know the highest impact on suicide rates when it comes to gender reassignment surgery? It's when you bar them from getting the treatment. That has the single highest impact on.
That's not true.
It is 100% true.
Do you think
100% true?
Do you think kids actually know what they want when they're kids? Do you have children?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they know themselves pretty well.
Kids
I think they know themselves pretty well.
No,
yeah. Yes, they do.
No, about 90%.
Yes, they do.
of people who believe they're trans at an early.
That is not true.
Change their mind.
That is so fucking.
No.
Yes, it is.
Misinformation.
No, actually,
misinformation.
1%, right? 1% of children who start the gender affirming care process actually end up being cisgender. 1%.
That's not what I. That's actually not what I said. What I said was kids that are experiencing some degree. No, and you guys interrupt a lot. I don't interrupt you. Just let me talk. You're going to be okay.
I'm not gonna
I disagree with you.
No, we're not going to let you spew misinformation. No, that's incorrect.
I believe you're spewing information. You can't determine. You're not the arbiter.
Really? Because I can cite my sources if you'd like. Exactly. I can cite my sources if you'd like.
I can cite my source. I can cite mine.
Name them.
Okay, so John Money originated
The National Library of Medicine, the American Association of Pediatrics. Like, what are yours?
Completely and totally corrupted. All completely and totally corrupted because they're making money.
The NIH,
John Money.
the NIH.
Yes, the NIH especially. Yes, definitely the NIH.
Oh my god.
These are organizations that have a financial stake in this. There is millions of dollars to be made off of a transgender person.
I'm bored.
I don't feel like dealing with these people today.
I'm bored. The conspiracy theorists are my favorite.
God. Anyway, the source on the, I'll give you the, even though no one asked for it, I will give you the source on the regret rates for kids because it's new. And the surgery rates, like there's so many new things coming out right now. It's wild. Part of the 2022 transgender survey, like information is out, which is fantastic. The rest of it should be coming soon, which is just affirming all of the things that we've been saying from the 2015 survey. Like things haven't really changed. Imagine that. Joke.
Yeah, so if
age?
If the transgender surgery,
What's your age?
You know, sex affirm.
What is your age?
Puberty blockers.
What is your age?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. 51.
Jesus Christ. Well, you know, I am the fucking host and I can greet you and ask you your age. You're not entitled to come in.
I get that.
And just start saying a bunch of shit.
Okay, chill.
Yeah, don't tell me to
So
chill.
anyway, my question was.
Excuse me?
My question was.
I don't give a fuck.
My question was.
I don't fucking care. Don't tell me to fucking chill.
Absolutely
not. Absolutely not.
My
I'm so
goodness.
sick of this.
Were you calling in on from Zoom on your iPhone 7? Like what? I'm sorry.
God damn. Jess Levin. Hello. Hello? All right. He literally couldn't hear me because he was talking. Right? But I don't know why people feel entitled that as soon as they get like let into a live, they're just able to just start talking. Hello. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Why does that matter?
How fucking old are you?
I'm 15.
Yeah, you are way too young. That's why it fucking matters. I don't want to talk to children. Thank you for being honest. Good God.
For the people who are saying that should be an 18 plus live, all lives on TikTok, it's terms of service. You have to be 18 to participate in a live on TikTok. So all lives are 18 plus lives. So
goodness. Hello, Jackie. How old are you?
35.
All right.
So I've been listening for a little bit. I'm on like the fence on both sides. I understand both sides of it. But what is the cutoff? I know you say that children should be able to make up their own mind to a certain point, but what is your ideal cutoff for that?
What do you mean by that?
Like, do you think a 6-year-old should be able to decide if they want to have surgery, if they wanted to start?
No. So there is a process. This isn't about like people's opinions, right? Children at 6, I mean, they could start therapy, but still that's pretty rare. But yeah, typically gender dysphoria, which is the diagnosis that you would need to get any type of medical care as a transgender person, as a transgender child. I mean, gender dysphoria has clinically significant symptoms that need treatment. So I advocate for these children to get treatment of whatever type of treatment it is they need. So if a child needs to go on puberty blockers, and that is recommended by medical professionals, and the benefits will outweigh the risks, then they should be able to go on puberty blockers. And that age can vary depending on when the child goes through puberty, because they have to be introduced at 10 or stage 2 of puberty. And then HRT can be introduced around the age of 14. And again, there's a lot of criteria that goes into that. It's not just I want hormones and they get it. And then
years of assessment to determine if they can even get to that point.
That's what I was wondering, because I mean, I do agree that I don't think children should just jump to this conclusion. You know, I think that there should be lots of time spent making sure this is the right choice for that child. And you see out there a lot of parents like to push the fact on children. I've been seeing that a lot lately. I mean,
push what fact? Push what fact?
Like, if a child likes to play with Barbies, just automatically assume that child wants to be a girl. It's not like that.
So that's just misinformation. Like, that doesn't happen. The opposite is what happens, which is why I run these lives. Transgender children often are told that they are not transgender, that they are cisgender, right? They are told the opposite. When they come out and say, hey, you know, I'm actually a boy, I'm not a girl. They're like, no, you're not. You're too young to know this. That's what happens. We do know that children, whatever they play with or whatever clothing they wear, does not necessarily determine their identity. A trans child is more than just a child who wants to dress a certain way or look a certain way.
No, I agree. But I have, like, personally, I have a close friend, and her son likes to play with her daughter's Barbies and all this, and she's already saying, oh, he's transgender. He most definitely.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Can I interrupt you? But I don't. Yes. I am a transgender person, and I don't personally appreciate people, you know, using anecdotal stories like that to try and validate their claims. So can you not do that?
I'm sorry that upset you. I was just trying to say, like,
No, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm saying, well, how were we supposed to know that? Because I've never seen it as a transgender person.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's just what I personally witnessed, and why I was saying, like, I've seen parents do that. Necessarily not everybody does that.
You've seen a parent do that, based on what you're saying.
Yes, a parent.
Not parents, a parent. And my point is, go ahead.
No, your point is, go ahead, you finish.
My point is that when we're having discussions like this, it doesn't help you or us or anyone to insert anecdotal stories like this to try and validate your claim. If it was something that you were doing yourself, then I would buy it. Or if it was something that, like, was happening to your child, I would buy it. But it's not. It's an anecdotal thing. So it only serves to, like, damage and further a rhetoric. So I'm asking you, as someone who is doing that, to not do that.
Right. Like, if
you know what I mean? Like, are you getting where I'm coming from?
No, I can.
If your friend was looking for advice or something, that would be a little bit different. But
right,
that story that you brought in is not something that we would ever encourage. We would not encourage a parent to just.
That's what I was trying to see how you guys stand on that. You know, and I understand where you're coming from. You know, that's my story. It's not, you know, what's out and about and stuff like that. I was just seeing what would be your stand on something like that versus a child.
Well, I mean, do you recognize that typically, and there are statistics to back this up, that transgender people go through the opposite as children? They are more often told no.
Yes, I do agree. 100%.
Okay.
I'm just of the opinion that no one should be trying to force someone to be something that they're not, one way or the other, like, in any circumstance. So why would I condone that? Yeah.
100%. But I do feel like there should be some type of age limit for this hormone therapy, and
there is.
I don't know the age limit personally. I've never experienced it, you know.
So then find out what that age limit is before formulating.
Well, that's why I was asking you guys, because you guys seem very that's why I said I'm, like, in the middle of both arguments, because I do agree with some points on both sides.
Okay, so
what parts? Okay, if you don't mind my asking, what side? What agreements? What things do you agree with for the anti-trans side? I'm just curious.
Well, it's not really anti-trans. I'm all for that.
No, it is. No, No, I'm telling you it is. It's either you're for trans people or you're not. Like, there's no in between. There's no Switzerland on this. It's like, you can't really play devil's advocate when it comes to people's lives and their rights. So I'm just curious.
No, I understand what you're saying, but my opinion on it is I believe people have the right to be whatever they want. I believe we don't need to force our opinions on people, but I also believe a child is a child. So I don't feel like until a certain age, they have a right to express how they feel, obviously, and everything like that, but the drastic...
Do
trans
children have a right to medical care?
Yes, I'm not saying that,
without the barrier of their gender or gender identity being a bit like their gender or their gender identity. Do you think trans children or any child deserves to have access to medical care without their gender or gender identity blocking them from getting medical care?
Of course.
So then why would there be a sudden consideration for trans children? Because you're making an exception for trans children on that.
I don't think that I'm expressing myself right, because that's not what I mean. Like you said, they go through the steps of the hormone therapy and all that. I didn't know that. That's why I came on here to ask these questions.
Do you have a better understanding now? Because the thing is, you did say there's things I believe about on the other side. Like what?
Yes. Like, I'm a firm, you can't drink until you're 21. You can't smoke until you're 21.
It's medical care, which is what Micah was trying to explain to you. Would you restrict any other type of medical care for children? Because again, you have to have a gender dysphoria diagnosis, which means that you're having clinically significant symptoms that need treatment.
That's what I was wondering. Like, you can't just go in there and be like, I want to start hormone blockers, right? Like, there is a process to it.
There's a process, yes.
That's where I was trying to get. I don't think I was explaining myself right. Like, I don't think a 12-year-old one day just should walk into the doctors and be like, I want to be on hormone blockers.
Right. So what you're doing though is, oh my God, it's so weird looking at myself backwards. What you're doing though, but by saying what I agree with things on both sides, is the stuff that you're hearing from the other side is just misinformation. Because none of us would advocate for a 12-year-old to get bottom surgery or to have some type of child who's not following, or their medical professionals are not following the WPATH guidelines. We advocate for for children to get the proper health care no matter what that is that they need. So it can vary per child. So as the form I was showing you, which is by the which is different criteria, and then there's also puberty blocker requirements before each of these stages, and there's also therapy. And so no, I don't think, I understand people have valid fears that somehow a kid is going to get the wrong health care, but as long as parents are staying informed, staying in touch with the medical professionals, doing everything that they should be doing, the child should be getting the care that they need.
Right. Like, there are redundancies built into the process to prevent that from happening.
Exactly.
Like, there's an extensive screening process. There are multiple medical professionals involved. And the reason for that is so that if one finds a discrepancy in the process or deems that the process is not going, that the treatment is not going in the correct direction to get the best possible outcome for the patient, then they communicate that with their peers, and they consult with the other people that are treating the patient, and then there are multiple medical professionals involved in the process, and having that redundancy, for the most part, no system is perfect, but the redundancies in that minimize that as much as is humanly possible. So
that's what I was curious about, because you go out there and you hear these people, they're letting 12-year-olds go in and just start hormone blockers out of, everything. And
okay, but do you hear people say stuff like that and then look into it or look into the validity of the statement at all?
Well, I've been trying to do my research so I could give my honest opinion about it. That's why when I came across your live, I wanted to be in the box so I can ask you guys questions about it.
And what has your research yielded?
I've came across, it's always one side or the other that I've noticed. When I'm Googling it, looking stuff up, it's always for it, non for it. And I mean, there's arguments on both sides that seem.
Well, no. That's not what research is, though, Jesse. I'm trying to be as nice to you as I possibly can, but that's not what research is. Reading like thought pieces on subjects that are highly politicized is not the same thing as research, right? There are bare minimum criteria for research in order for it to be legitimate sourcing, and whether it's peer reviewed. There are certain aspects to research that make it legitimate research, right? So, like, in order for you to, get the best, like the most accurate outcome of research, you have to be mindful of the information that you're using to research or the sources that you're citing, right? So,
No,
like,
I
say for
agree
example,
100%, and that's what I'm trying
like
to say. is-
like PragerU is not a good source for any information, right? But as compared to like the Endocrine Society or the American Association of Pediatrics, which overwhelmingly and almost universally is in support of gender affirming care, which are the American Association of Pediatrics is the governing body, so to speak, that dictates what treatments children should or should not get, and they're in support of gender affirming care.
No, I agree. And that's what I was trying to say. Like, if I go on to try to research, it's always opinion pieces. Either you're for it or there's not. I personally, I dig and I can't personally find anything. And that's why, like I said, I came across this live and I was curious.
So here are some sources for you. If you want to write them down, feel free. The Endocrine Society, the American Association of Pediatrics, the National Library of Medicine. There are a ton of, like, RAIN.org is a phenomenal website that has like archive, like they have a great list of sources to find empirical information about these subjects, right? You cannot base your opinions on other people's opinions, right? You have to like that's not research, Jesse. I'm sorry to say.
Agree. And that's why I feel like
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the middle because I can't get no solid information.
That's why you have to look at the guidelines from the professionals themselves. And
Right.
another one, you can look at the WPATH guidelines, which is the World Professional. Oh God, I always fuck that up. I never remember what WPATH stands for. World Professional, is it Association for Transgender? What's the last word? Healthcare. I got it. World Professional Association for Transgender Healthcare.
And you said it was WPATH?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Okay.
That's the yeah, they're called the WPATH guidelines.
Okay. I mean, I'm you guys have helped with some stuff. Like, I didn't know there was age limits. I didn't know there was all this stuff that went into it. So I'm glad that you guys put that out there.
So
that's
having
cool. So
so having talked to us a little bit, are you still finding yourself in the middle, or like?
No, not really. Like I said, all my fears were basically more of like a child going in and just stating out of nowhere they want to start blockers and all this, and a doctor being like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Those were
blockers are generally speaking not something that is introduced by the child. The conversation about them being trans is started by the child usually. However, the suggestion of hormone, like, that is usually a recommendation by a doctor. Kids don't go up to their parents and say, I want to start hormone blockers. That's not a thing that happens, right? And even if they did, they wouldn't get it. So
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, kids don't seek out puberty blockers or medical treatment. They are simply expressing to the people around them who they are and how they feel different than their peers, because that's what the conversation is with trans children. They're saying, hey, so you're telling me I'm this, but that is incorrect. So then that parents might seek out therapy for them. They might start, affirming their gender with things like, because what gender affirming care, it's not just medical care, right? When trans people are talking about gender affirming care, that includes things like social stuff, like their clothing and their haircuts and their hobbies and their names and their preferred pronouns. Inside the trans community, that is under the gender affirming care umbrella. So when it comes to that specifically, if people are talking about gender affirming care, they're not always talking about medical intervention.
Okay.
Which is why it's so important to have these conversations about trans issues with trans people.
And these doctors,
because if you spend enough time in these conversations,
children directly,
Sorry.
right? Like they don't get parents' input on it. It's directly like the doctors and the children that have these conversations.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Like it's usually the doctor recommending, after years of therapy, it's usually doctors recommending hormone blockers or hormone replacement therapy. That's usually inserted by the doctors.
Right, and they have to have support letters too from their therapists, especially
Right.
HRT.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
a
glad
doctor
you
has
guys
to sign off on it. Yeah.
cleared some of that up, because that's, like I said, why I was in the middle of it, because all I hear is people's opinions on it and their fears on it. And, I'm a mother. If my child came to me and said he was trans or whatever, but it was out of nowhere, I would be confused,
Well, my daughter told me that she was not a boy out of nowhere, but she was 13, right? But yeah, I had no idea. So I was like, because she was a little bit older, I could have a conversation with her, but I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what do you need from me? And she knew she wanted to change her name. She wanted to change her pronouns. She wanted to change her wardrobe. So we went with that. And then I told her, like, I am going to speak to your pediatrician to see like what else we need to do. Cause I didn't know what I was doing either. And that's the thing, like, that's one of the things that I like to bring up in these conversations as well, is gender affirming care was already in place, was already accessible before the general population knew about it. Like, this is not a new thing that they're just all out there and people are against. Like, people have already been accessing puberty blockers and hormones for their children for a long time, and just the general population had no idea, because it is just medical care, and typically medical care is kept private.
Yeah. Like the first gender reassignment surgery was, what, a century ago or something like that?
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was over a century ago. The first gender reassignment surgeries were attempted. So this is not a new thing.
I think I agree with you. People are not as knowledgeable, and they think that people are pushing it on 2 and 3-year-olds. Because, that's what my fears were, I'm not going to lie. Like, that's where I got to thinking.
Yeah, but that would be kind of wild, right? Like
yes, that's why I was like, oh no, that's too early.
About children that are really that young. We're talking about these.
Oh, I love that book.
I know, it's so
I
good.
love that book.
Right? So it talks about, like, in this book, right? This is a book for children. This child is a girl. Their internal sense of self is a girl. That's why they show it pink, because it uses pink and blue for children, to have children have an understanding. But in this book, all it shows is that she is unhappy in the beginning of the book because she's not allowed to express herself the way she feels internally, the way she is. So throughout the book, her father finally allows her to wear a dress to school, and it shows how much happier she is. It's just a really simple way of explaining, like, what being trans is to children. And that's all we're talking about when they're that young, is like what Micah was saying, right? It would be more about children being able to express themselves certain ways, to wear the clothing that they want to wear, to have their hair cut the way they want. There are
I 100% agree with that. Yes.
There's no medical care on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-year-olds at all.
And that's what's out there right now. Like, I'm being honest with you. That's what's out there. If it was just kids dressing the way they want, I don't think
that
that's
exact rhetoric is being used to take away our rights. So we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it shows here, I know this is under the chat, but if I lift it up, it's going to go out of the screen. But it shows here that she's happy in her dress. She's internally a girl, but her father is wearing a dress as well and is still internally a boy. So it or a man. So it shows that your internal sense of self, your identity, does not necessarily have to match your expression. Like him putting on a dress does not make him a girl.
No, I agree. I do love that.
She is already a girl. She's just a girl. No matter if they had her in the beginning expressing as a boy, she's still a girl. And no one's going to know their expression besides for the kid themselves. And that's what this whole topic is about, is just listening to your kids and supporting your kids in whatever it is that they need.
Well, and as parents, you should be doing that anyways. I 100% agree. No kid is the same, whether you're talking about a trans kid or not. No kid's the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like my son's going through a bat right now in school. His favorite color's pink, but he is a boy through and through. But, you know, peers are like, you're gay, because his favorite color's pink. I don't agree. You know?
And him having a favorite color pink does not make him a girl.
And that's what I explained to him. That does not make you gay. That's just what you like. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I was trying to explain to you guys. Like, I was in the middle because I didn't know all the information. I'm just getting like opinions on both sides. And the way some of that was sounding was pretty bad. But like you guys clarified, there's a lot more years and years before they can even think about having surgery, or like you said, the blockers and all that, which definitely helps clear a lot up.
Awesome. Well, thank you for listening, Jesse. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Those are the conversations that I like to have. We do understand that like this propaganda, this misinformation is confusing people. It's making them scared. And like Micah said, that's kind of the point, right? They're trying to use this rhetoric to harm trans people, to take away this healthcare for kids. Oh, look, I have more friends.
Hello, gorgeouses.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god, Leo said should we never. Leo, oh no.
Seriously, I don't think I've paneled with Micah for like, I don't know.
I haven't seen Micah for a very long time. Where have you been hiding?
I have been elsewhere. I needed to step away for a bit because it was becoming not fun anymore, and I just needed it to be fun again before I came back and dove right back in. So
that is smart.
Yeah, but I was feeling spicy today, so I'm here.
I love a spice.
For myself, I should, but I haven't. Oh well. Jordan, hello. You are off the app. You can come back or not.
I want to thank all the people in the comments for the hate comments right now, because you are boosting the live, and we appreciate helping get the message out about why trans kids need healthcare. So thank you for supporting the live by being here. We appreciate you very much.
Oh, Sherry's here.
This is here. This is dope. I like this person.
I was gonna say, Micah, you are all over my FYP all the time. Going into the break
Guys, I didn't realize I was so famous. Oh my god.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you in an airplane?
Hello?
Just kidding. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Yeah, you're too young. Goodbye. I don't even know if I believe you're 17, to be honest with you.
That feels
I don't
like
think so either.
I mean, I would guess one of those numbers and not the first one, so.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 51.
All right, what's up?
I'm not against the transgenders. I'm not against gays, but I think children should be children.
This is my shitty ass room.
Yeah,
right now,
transgender
Transgender people, please.
You need a new one.
Let me order. I'm gonna order one right now. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, get a good one.
I'll send you the link from Amazon. It comes like 25 or 50 in a pack.
I was going to say, Bish knows where to get those in large quantities.
So, Amy, so you're not against transgender people, and then you said but. So how are you going to disqualify that you are against transgender people?
I'm not against transgenders, but children,
People.
I think it's
Transgender people, please. We don't dehumanize people by doing that, please.
I'm not dehumanizing nobody. I'm giving my opinion. Is this Micah? Settle down. Let me get my opinion.
No, this is Micah. No, this is Micah, and I agree with them.
Whoever you
don't
are,
remove
let me give my opinion. Let me give my opinion, and then
it's not about your opinion. It's the language that you're using.
We're going to make it real easy. We're going to make it real easy, Amy. I'm being super respectful right now, but we twice said, hey, please don't say that. Please say transgender people. We'll talk about your opinions. We'll talk about your feelings. Clearly, there's a lot of feelings going on. We can have a conversation about those fifis if you need to, but we're going to do so in a respectful manner because I'm feeling nice today. It's going to change real quick, I'm sure, but I'm saying transgender people. Because I'm hoping you're speaking about people of color, you don't say other words. I hope you don't say that. I'm wondering if you might. I'm hoping you don't.
Damn, I hope not. Yes, so people, that's all we're saying. Use humanizing language,
Continue,
please.
please. You can unmute. Continue. Jesus, Mary Alice Louise. Down the bottom of the screen.
Amy, do you know how to unmute yourself, Amy?
Right
down
over
there.
here.
No, move your finger to your right. There.
Right there.
Too much. Right there. Right there. Sorry.
Right there.
Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Tickles a little bit. Oh, stop.
Amy, or if they sent you a request, it's probably across your entire screen. It's like a huge bot. There you go.
As I was saying, if a child wants to get the hormone shots and all that, okay, but under the age of 18, that's like pushing children, don't you think?
Absolutely not. No, it's medical care. Amy, were you here for the previous conversation at all?
I was here with the young lady, yes.
Okay, so
But
then you
I
should have heard the process, right, of gender affirming care.
Yeah, but I believe 15 and 16 children are very impressionable.
Children go through puberty.
Not really.
They're really not. Children go through puberty.
I have 4 children, and I've experienced a lot with my 4 children. Yes, children are very impressionable.
Children go through puberty, correct, Amy?
Correct.
That's not an adult thing.
What do you mean? That's an adult thing? Yeah, they go through puberty.
No,
but
so it's not an adult.
if my son came and said to me at the age of 15 or 16, Mom, I think, I want to be a female, I would take him to see a professional. And if he still insisted that he wanted to be a female, get the hormones, become a female, then what do you mean not?
That's not really how it works. It's not that he would insist to become a female. She would be saying that she is a girl.
No, I would not want my son at the age of 15. I would not.
She wouldn't be your son. She would be your daughter. Amy?
No, she would be my son.
Amy, that's not under your control.
Yes, at the age of 15, that is my control.
Amy, could you stop
He's a minor. He's a minor.
Calm the hell
He's
down.
a minor.
Amy,
all
you're
these
obviously worried about your...
all these
Amy!
No, there ain't no Amy. All these
Okay, so here we go, Amy.
Christ.
Look, Amy, I'm also going to be 51 in September myself, and I'm able to have emotional regulation where I don't need to scream over top of people. We can have a conversation, but whenever you ask questions and people are answering you and you yell and you raise your voice like that, it's counterproductive. And it makes me want to be spicy. I enjoy being spicy, but I'm trying to be nicey today instead. Okay?
So, Amy, if your 15-year-old says that she is a girl, I don't know why you would keep insisting and saying, he. It except for the fact that you're more worried about your own personal reputation than your child's mental health and well-being. And that's a lot of times why people are like, well, they can do it when they're 18, because then it's not a reflection on the parents, right? Because you're viewing this as a whole, you're viewing this as a decision that they're making against what you think or whatever it is, Amy. So you don't have an understanding on what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't want that responsibility.
Luckily for
But
you,
that's sorry. That comes with being a parent, unfortunately.
yeah, sometimes we have to make tough decisions. Sometimes we just have to support our kids and who they are. And that's just
It's also, it's a sign of a good parent. That's coming from a trans person who was a trans child who was raised by people who talk like you, Amy. It's part of your job to believe your children when they're telling you who they are, and to accept them and love them no matter what, and to support them. So when they're telling you who they are and you're saying, no, you're not, you're a terrible parent. Just gonna say that. So
Amy,
I concur.
you an invite to unmute yourself.
If she can figure it out again.
It should be across your screen.
I mean, I'm kind of enjoying not being screamed at, but
It also is kind of wild to me that people who have their children that are like grown adults are still arguing against this care. It's so strange to me. Like, your kids are adults.
Because no, I'm saying if my children were children and told me this.
Yeah,
but you see a lot of stuff happening in this world, and a lot of it. I mean, you even have gay. I follow a gay man who is gay. Would you be quiet for a minute, please? I'm trying to be.
Man who is gay.
Okay, he is even against about how transgender conduct themselves. Like, they're saying
It's almost as if
you're going into a woman's bathroom.
It's almost
So
as
do you
if
think a trans man should be going?
Once again,
it's almost as if it's almost as if gay people can be transphobic too.
Wow.
It's
Trans
almost
people
as
can be
if
transphobic.
it's almost
Shocker.
you're right. It's almost as if anyone can be transphobic.
Wow, I know,
wild.
right? Megan, Yes just asked if a trans man should be going into the woman's restroom.
Oh, honey. Bless. So, Amy, here we go. That was now the third time that we've asked you to say transgender people, and you said another word instead, okay? There will be no fourth time. There won't be. We're gonna have an adult conversation. We don't need to scream. We don't need to also tell me that you follow a gay man who's gay. That's cool. I saw the blue sky.
Yeah, and they are disappointed into
They're
the
transphobic.
transgender age.
They are transphobic, just like people who spread these ideas. Can we land the plane? What's your actual point, please, Amy? Do you have a question?
Yeah, I don't think children at a young age should be subjected to getting hormonal shots. That's
Great.
my.
So we don't listen to
Well,
doctors.
thank goodness
pills
you
so
don't
that she
decide
can-
that. So
see, Amy,
Right,
we've
so
told
Amy,
you.
we shouldn't be listening to medical professionals is what you're saying. We shouldn't listen to endocrinologists. We don't listen to the pediatrician. We don't listen to the kids therapist. We just refuse medical care for our kids is what you're suggesting.
When it comes to something like that, yes. I will disagree with the medical.
So,
I
Amy,
feel really bad.
So
Amy.
if you don't,
I'm just saying.
what is gender affirming care, Amy?
Amy's gone and I'm happy.
Oh, no.
There's no argument. If you do not want to take the advice of medical professionals, doctors, the scientific community, because it is supported across the board, there's no discussion to be had.
Oh, she's gone. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of like arguing with a flat earther. I don't know what to do with that.
I'm just tired of things. I feel this isn't about your feelings. This is about medical care.
I know.
In refusing to, the previous guest, the one before that, like, she wasn't informed on this, but was very open-minded and listening.
100%.
Yeah.
And you don't have to just listen to us in this live and like fully agree either. You can go, like, we literally gave you sources to go educate yourself on this. Like, you don't have to just listen to us. But I am telling you, like, gender affirming care has been, like, these guidelines have been in place for a long time. People have been accessing this before the general population even knew about it. It literally is medical care. The information is out there.
Leave kids a lot. Thanks, Jordan. We'll leave kids a lot. What's it? Oh, honey.
I'm trying to. I'm
The
trying.
elbows not gone to the top floor. Like a whole lot, or how often?
Hello.
I'm not going to talk shit because I do typos all day long.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, after you tell us how old you are.
I'm astonished how it's always 3 against
Wait,
1.
Chris.
After you tell us how old you are.
Me, I'm 40 years old.
Nice.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, really, can I ask a really quick question first? Wait. Hold on. Wait. I want to ask you a question.
This is what,
Hold on.
This is what you guys do.
No.
This is what you guys
Hold
do.
on.
You always
Hold
come
on.
on here and you
Hold
talk
on.
4 against 1, trying to explain and trying to justify
I was
what
just
you're
gonna
saying.
ask about your
The
bio.
thing is,
I was just gonna ask
What
about
about
your
my
bio,
bio?
where it says nothing but positivity. So I was just curious if that was
nothing
gonna
but
be what you
positivity.
practiced.
But the thing is,
Sure.
the only thing you guys do is be on here.
Who's you guys?
And
Who's you guys?
all of them. You're always the same.
All of who? All of who?
All
of
of
who?
all of the people on the TikTok and trying to justify your cause. Let kids be trans and all that. Let kids be kids and stay away from them.
I got you covered, Chris. Get some tissues. Are you good?
Do you say that to priests too? I'm just curious.
Fish, pass it up.
Yeah.
Pass it up.
Yeah, I say it to everyone
Here you go.
who is damaging my kids.
Hold on, I got a hanky. Hold on, I got a hanky. Hold on.
Micah, pass it from the bottom.
Yeah, that's exactly what you guys do, huh? If there's somebody who doesn't agree with you, you insult them.
That's not very positive, Christoph. That's not very positive.
Okay, let's say something positive. Being trans is a mental issue.
It's not.
Okay, but it's
Oh,
Yes, it
that's
is.
not positive at all. I'm
Yes,
so
it is.
disappointed.
And that's really positive for me.
Okay, so
Right.
Chris,
So
basically, Chris,
And all the stuff being said about what if I'm transgender and I want to go in the female bathroom? If I see one transgender people.
Watch what you say.
Transgender people.
Before you threaten people on the internet.
Yeah, Chris, if you see one transgender people, first of all, transgender person, maybe work on English grammar at the 3rd grade level before those words go to your head, my guy, okay? Maybe worry about that first. And also, it's always the ones that say God first that show what a hypocrite is. It's always using your religion as a weapon of hate against people who are simply existing in the world. Because I don't remember Jesus saying a thing against trans people. I don't remember a single word from Jesus about this. But you have this sermon that you've created because you want to be a hateful person, and that's a choice. You have that choice. You have that right to do that. But consider the choices you're making. Just think about that.
It's really interesting though that you
Judge not, lest ye be judged.
you come in and you're angry about this whole like 4v1 or whatever, when again I have said, if you watch me all the time, you should know that I said that this is not a debate space, right? Like it's literally to have conversations and having different people's perspectives in different areas of their lives and different information, different resources and stuff where we can all come together and try to get through to the guests is really the ultimate goal here. It's not some type of like competition that we want to win, because we're literally talking about people's lives.
Right. In particular, right now, Chris, we're talking about kids' lives, which we take this very seriously.
Right. Sometimes we have a little bit of fun with this because we have to. If we don't fucking laugh.
It's easy to mute somebody so that they can't speak their mind.
You've said
You're
that.
trying to
when you're
change my
correct,
mind. You will never change
correct.
my
We're going to
mind.
silence you when you're going to threaten an entire demographic of people. That is correct. Yes, sir.
You are not a demographic. You're just people who are thinking that there's something else that they're not.
That is what's called a demographic, my dude.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Chris. Whenever you
You're
make
just
threats against
people who think.
When you make threats against people on the internet, let's talk about that, because you're one of the say about the people going in bathrooms. The majority of these crimes that are happening in bathrooms, like 98% of those crimes, are from cisgender, heterosexual, white men. Darling, the call is coming from inside your house. You better look in that mirror, okay? Because it's not trans people that are causing the problems. In fact, trans people are more likely to be assaulted, not to be the ones assaulting people in restrooms. So you are the problem. So if you actually cared about this, Get off the high horse about the whole thing, that, oh, it's trans people in bathrooms, that you want to threaten on the internet with your face out there. Quite a choice. And maybe think about the people who are actually being threatened, like the ones who you just threatened, making the actual example.
Team Bear.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, Chris, do you want to say something calmly without threatening people?
Okay. So, first of all, don't ever call me sis. I am a man. Nothing else.
Oh,
There's a
sissy.
man.
You sissy.
Sis doesn't
Sissy cry
exist.
cry. Sissy cry cry.
I can't.
Chris was having a sissy fit.
Aww.
I love that for you.
You having a shoe is your tissue.
You know what's funny is that we keep like, oh, you're just silencing people with different opinions. No, maybe we want to silence the people who threaten, again, a whole demographic of people who will not just accept a simple adjective because, I don't know, they feel some type of superiority over transgender people. Like, it's just really annoying. I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, it's not a debate. That's correct. When you make threats, you don't get to hit and have this position of moral superiority. It doesn't work that way, especially when you make threats with God first in your bio. I mean, come on, stop.
There's so many friends here.
Hello.
Oh God, weren't you already here? Yes.
No, I'm not.
God, go away. Consent.
Is that Michaela? Is that
It
Michaela?
is Michaela.
Oh my God, wifey! Oh, I love you. I haven't seen you in forever. I love you.
I love you too, Micah.
Aw, hello.
I haven't talked to you since you did my portrait, and I just wanted to tell you I love you for that. It was so good. I love you.
Thank you so much.
Aw. Okay, new guest on the top. You just muted yourself. What's up?
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it and appreciate the work you are doing. I am a very proud parent of a trans kid in Missouri. I'm an activist up in Washington State.
Let's go.
Nice.
4 or 5 years, our story has unfortunately been all over the press, from the Washington Post to the Times to Der Spiegel to on and on. But really what I wanted to come and talk about was I run a camp, I helped to found a camp for transgender, expansive, and LGBTQ kiddos right here in the Midwest, 2nd through 11th graders. I'm a rabbi, but it is not a Jewish camp, though almost all of the scholarship dollars we have come from the Jewish community, in particular from rabbis of the United States. And this will be our 3rd year, and we have 150 kids coming from 33 states. Every single one of our staff members is LGBTQ themselves, because the whole point of camp is to give these kids models of what it means to thrive, to have ancestors. So that
That's awesome.
people in their lives are folks just like them.
That's so great. Are you gonna say? Did you?
What Mel's dying? Unaliving. Sorry.
Good.
We've got lots of pollen lately.
Oh gosh, it's so
yeah, that's
windy.
awesome.
Here you go.
Thank you. Sorry, I would have been engaged in the conversation if I wasn't choking.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, keep going. I guess keep fighting. This is rough out here, but thank you.
I'll tell you, one of the really interesting things is looking at the generational gap in our campers and in our staff. That almost all of our staff, unfortunately, have experienced significant trauma around being queer. And there's this whole amazing generation of kids who just have no trauma around being trans and have no trauma around being queer, because their whole lives they have been accepted and embraced. The biggest challenge I have with my son is not that he's trans, it's that he's kind of a little bro, and we need to work on that. But that's also
I'm sorry. As a trans mask person, I love you, Rabbi.
No, it's so true. He's 10 years old and he's just such a bro. Oh my God.
I know what you mean.
Wow. It's wild.
And I just want to say, if I might take a moment to gush just a little bit, Rabbi. I am a trans adult who was once a trans child who was not accepted by the people around me. And I want you to know, coming from someone who would have benefited greatly from what you're doing, thank you for giving those children in your community a place where they can feel safe, accepted, and loved. And there is a really short supply of that, so don't ever stop. And can I come?
We would love it. Actually, we have 7 or 8 different counselor spots left. CampIndigoPoint.org. If anyone's interested, we're just outside of St. Louis, in the free state of Illinois, because God knows we're not going to have this camp here in the state of Missouri, where the defining feature of my life is the war that the government is waging on family and upon all trans kids in the state, and trans adults too, but particularly kids in this state. So yeah, thank you for your words. It really means a lot. And yeah, I don't know if you all are familiar. It's kind of wild, actually, how when you go down to the state capitol in Missouri, and we had 43 bans against trans kids last year. Something like 70% of the activists are from the Jewish community. And I don't even have an explanation for it.
Wow.
About that it is overwhelming again and again and again, and has been for the last 5-6 years here.
That's awesome.
I did not know.
It's neat to know things like that are going on in other states and stuff like that. And I wish there was a camp around in California years ago that I could have taken my son to. That's pretty cool.
We have so many kids who come from California, and we raise about $80 for scholarships. And any kid who needs a scholarship and can't afford to come, we buy them a plane ticket. We do whatever it takes under the philosophy that the kids who can't afford it, the families can't afford it.
That's awesome.
You're doing that is so cool.
Yes.
We also spend $20,000 on security for 2 weeks of camp.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is needed.
Yeah.
Wondering about that.
I mean, it's awesome that you're able to do that. Not that it's happening. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like whenever you gave the website, that's the first thing in my head was, oh my God, what's your security? And thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Activism is a very dangerous thing, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you definitely get, unaliving threats and other things that hinder your safety. So I do appreciate all the activism that you are doing and helping those kids.
I appreciate that. I tell you, we've had, 6 or 7 different distinct real death threats in the last 2 years, I think. We've had cops outside of our house more days than not. But somehow it's not the death threats that I fear. It's the day when that same cop comes to my door to try to take my kid away because they've been sent by my state. That's what keeps my wife and me up at night. But, we live 22-minute drive from Illinois, and we think all the time about what do we do if someone comes and knocks on our door.
Yeah, I literally lived in Texas, but like on the border of New Mexico. And eventually I was just like, I need to move across. I need to move across the line because it was too scary living in Texas. But yeah.
Texas is sending DFS to investigate families who are just supporting and loving their children.
Yeah, I know. It is scary. That is another like very scary reality of being a parent of a trans kid that you're just trying to support. Yeah, it's rough. Thanks for coming up, Rob. I appreciate it. I'm gonna.
Yeah, thank you for everything. That's amazing. Thank you.
IndigoPoint.org. And really, any camper who needs to come, we will make it work financially. And we need a few more staff members too. So
awesome.
Fantastic.
I am not part of the LGBTQ community, so I would not be welcome.
Can I ask really quickly? I know everyone else's. I know Mel's and Michaela's and the sis. Bish, what are your pronouns? I just want to make sure because I didn't know them.
My pronouns are he, him, but if someone calls me any other pronoun, I'm completely fine with it. But he, him is my go-to.
Heard, Chef.
And also, just speaking of threats, just to point something out, there have been 7 threats in the past 15 minutes that I have personally muted and reported. Aside from that, 3 of them use their government names, and I will be reporting those to the FBI because I haven't actually got their information. They have their full names, which match their Instagrams on their bios. So, hey, maybe less threats because they are being actually actively reported. Cool. Thank you.
That's good. And I do have a question, Mel, because I was muting people as well that are making threats. Do you want me to block them as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no issues blocking people here. Unfortunately, they tend to come back on other accounts, but
Multiple accounts, exactly. Yeah, let kids be heterosexual. Many trans people are heterosexual, so that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Travis, hello. I can also switch to sub-only chat if needed, if it's too much. I'm not really paying attention. Travis? Hello? All right. Goodbye. Oh my God, you're not coming in here because your name is not appropriate.
Like kids be Pokemon trainers. Okay, whatever that means.
Sure, it sounds fine.
I forgot. I got a crash course in Pokemon one day, but I forgot all about it. I don't know.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Pablo.
Hi.
How old are you?
Well, I'm 23.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'm 23. I'm a social worker major right now, and my only question would be, don't you think letting kids, forcing like healthcare, mental illness, and all of that into children nowadays?
Forcing mental health on children?
That was a lot of bingo there. That was mental health, or
What do you
was it
mean?
mental health or mental illness, healthcare, and forcing them? Who's forcing kids to get healthcare? What are you talking about? Pablo, you're off the app.
I don't even.
It's always wild to me when people come into and are like, I am studying to do this, or I'm a nurse, or whatever it is they say. Studying to be a social worker, or whatever you said, and then
Yeah, they do that so they can sound more credible, but
Yeah.
of course. But they are taught like they're going down these pipelines from like different social medias, and they're told like trans kids are just being forced to be that way by their evil liberal parents. That's what they're being told.
I know why we would do that. That's beyond me. I have no idea.
so I can be on TikTok and make $3 a day or whatever. Oh, I'm at like $6 today. I don't know. Sorry. Hello.
Yo, what's up?
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old, to
Okay.
be exact. I don't hate on y'all's message, but like I have like 18 different people where I live at that are a part of different things, and
you count them? What?
Yeah, I count how many people are actually part of my group that actually are part of social workers and take care of kids and stuff like that. I save kids for a living. I actually take care of pedophiles, rapists, and a lot of people like that.
No.
You gotta censor yourself on here.
Like I take them away, like to prison. Like I put them in jail for what they do. That's what I do for a job.
So you're a cop?
We can't say that. We can't say that online.
Oh well, I'm sorry for that. But
you have to censor it. Yeah.
So are you a cop?
More of a under investigator. I'm kind of like a private investigator, pretty much type deal. To be exact, that's what I do.
Okay, I just have a question. Why are you saying this?
Well, I cause like shit. Yo, Tabo, get your dog. Sorry about that. Basically because I have over 4 friends that are transgender. Basically they have had
over 4. Wait, I'm sorry. Over 4.
Well, I have 4 friends because they're the only ones that act straight to me. They act
What
like
the
they should.
fuck?
What is happening right now, bro?
When I say straight, I
would
live in the
love to know.
South, so y'all can judge the way I
Maybe
speak
they
all you
are
want.
straight.
No, when I say straight, I mean they act like an actual human being instead of acting stupid.
Oh,
as in gay people are
They
not.
have-
As in
like
gay
they have,
people are
like,
stupid.
common sense.
Actual tokenizing. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, when you say medical roles,
I
right?
have
When you
a
say
question. I have a
kids
question.
should have
Can you-
medical treatment, yes. But y'all were literally stating that young children should be able to get the medical treatment that their parents want to get and sign for them to get.
No, that their doctors want them to get.
Yeah.
Like what is
that their doctors
The
want them
parents
to
have
get.
to have they have to sign for the papers. The guardian.
So do the
parents
doctors.
have to do
parents
that.
do
So
have
do the
to.
doctors,
You
dude.
shouldn't go against doctor recommended medical care for your child when it's life saving. But it is up to the parent. But yeah, what is your point?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Y'all
What's
are
your
saying
point?
that people should have counseling. Yes, people should be able to go and talk about their shit.
Okay.
But when you sit there and say that they should go see a doctor every time for this or that and follow every medical procedure, not every fucking doctor's right. Because I have literally had 3 doctors almost killed me.
arguing against.
Right,
You don't even know what you're arguing against here.
Yeah, like you can get a second opinion if you don't like the opinion of the doctor, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to test their opinion. But if your child comes to you and say, hey, like I went to therapy and I really, recognize myself and I am trans, what will you do?
I would accept them, but they also got to accept that.
No.
just because they
Wait.
turn
Hold
themselves
on.
the way they want
Wait.
to.
Hold. It's not. I
Yeah.
accept them, but you either do or you don't.
Oh
This
no,
guy
you can
sounds like my
accept them,
ex-husband.
but
It's hilarious.
this is just like with
because
my one friend.
this is
Just
giving
like
me
my
like
one friend, she's
flashbacks.
trans, right? She turned herself from a
Don't
woman
use
to
your
a man.
fucking friends against trans kids.
Ew.
Oh, I'm not using
And
them
you're
against trans kids.
They
Like,
must not
literally
be
know
your
what I
friend
speak.
since you're misgendering them. It's literally they must not be your
Misgendering
friend
them.
since you're
Literally, they know how
misgendering
I
them.
am. I've literally been around before they turned themselves into.
And you're a
into
terrible
man.
who you are is a terrible friend. That's
Oh,
just
really?
plain and simple.
Yeah,
So me being
Yes,
honest with the way
correct.
I feel is being a terrible friend. Is what
Okay,
you're
but
saying.
what is
Your feelings.
Why
You
do
said
you
you would
have any
accept them.
feelings about why do you
I
have
don't
any
have any
feelings
feelings.
about who
I have
someone
no
is telling you
feelings.
that they are? You just
I
said
don't
you
care
did,
that they
bro.
are. I don't care if they are. But
Yes,
they're
you
also
do.
not going to tell me to
Yes, you
speak a certain
do.
way for them.
Oh,
If you
God.
don't care, then call them what they want to be called. If you don't care, then call them what they want to be called. It's not hard.
For real.
Why should I
They're your
do something for
friends
everybody
if you're
else?
fucking misgendering them. I think Michaela wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just have a question.
Sorry.
You said I'll accept them, but what? But what?
They also have to see my side of it. Like, I'm not going to see them like everybody the way they want to be called. And plus, like, I'm not going to sit around and like study every fucking pronoun just to satisfy everybody's little feelings. That ain't how the world works. You get your feelings hurt sometimes. Deal with it.
So you understand when you're communicating with another person, there's a baseline of respect you should have, right? Or they
Yeah.
don't communicate with you.
Now, this is what I'm getting to though. Like, say like I came out onto you on the streets, right? And I said hello to you, and then you start popping off of me because I don't know your fucking pronouns. That's the
That's
problem
not
I
how
have
that
with
works.
everything.
We're talking
No,
about your
that's
friends,
literally
bro.
not how any of that works.
We're talking about your friends, though, bro.
No, I'm
You
not
won't
talking
even
about
do
my
that
friends.
for
I'm
your
literally talking about a dude
friends.
right across the road from me.
But I'm saying,
But
like,
you're
in a
also talking about a
conversation with
dude.
somebody, like if you saw on somebody's like name tag, it says Nicholas,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, don't call me Nicholas. I don't like it. That's what my father calls me. I want you to call me Nick."
Okay.
Will you just do that?
I do it with my one friend who literally is called Nicholas, and his real name to him is Nick. I call
Okay,
him
but
Nick.
so
Yeah.
you walk around, and when people tell
Validate
you
people.
that their name and they want to use a nickname instead of their real name, you just accept that, even if you initially thought that was their name.
Yeah,
So why?
I use people's nicknames of what they want me to use. I use their correct name, but when people are
Why?
sitting there with multiple different pronouns and they don't explain to the person, "Yo, this is what I'd rather be called," and then they just pop off for no
Did you
reason and
say
start
when?
arguing.
Hey, Zan.
But they are
Hold on.
explaining to
If I may, Zan, you realize that everybody on the face of existence has multiple pronouns, right?
And
Everybody
also,
does.
And also, thank you
Yeah.
for saying they. You just used they as a pronoun. I want to point that out.
Well, I know
just
that
used they as
because
a
that's
pronoun.
literally what my friend KK goes by is they do. The only reason I do it to her is because that's my ride or die. That is
You
something
just
I do.
Oh,
said
and you already
why
fucked
do
it
it
up.
to her?
You already fucked it up.
No, like she knows.
You're
what
a
I say.
terrible
Like
friend.
she's
You're
sitting
a
right now on my
terrible
Twitch
friend.
stream.
Worst
You're a
friend.
terrible friend.
I'm a terrible friend, but she literally just stated that I'm a good friend
They
because she does not care.
said that they don't care.
That's
She
called
don't
Is
care
she
when I
here?
call her. That's the
Is
problem
she
with
here?
it.
Is
Like,
she
y'all
here
literally
to tell
think
us
she has a
that,
problem.
bro? Is she here to tell us that, or are they? My bad. That's my fault.
I
Are
just
they
don't
here to tell us
Here.
that?
Hey, KK, you got
Right,
yourself on
also.
there? I'm on my PC
My
right
friend
now
goes by
watching
they
you
them
on Twitch.
pronouns, and she said, like, what the fuck, dude? You are not.
She literally
friends.
just said, tell them to please quit thinking what I'm thinking because
Just
I'm literally okay
because
with
you
what you
work
call
with
me.
someone doesn't mean they're your friend. I'm just gonna.
Also, that like I
don't work with
don't
her.
understand why you
Actually, me
would
and her don't
give
even
this
have the same job.
courtesy. I don't understand why you would give the courtesy. You say you do this in your active life to a person that's named Nicholas and called him Nick. Why can't you just say, like, if you were like, hey, like you were like, hey, ma'am, and they're like, no, I'm not ma'am. I'm sir, right?
Mhm.
What would you just respect that?
I would respect it, yes, fully.
So would you continue to call them sir instead of ma'am?
If I'm not in the right headspace and I'm busy, I'm probably going to call anybody anything. Like my friend, I call him dumbass at the time. I don't even say his actual name. I will literally say whatever just to get somebody's attention at the time. Because I work in a person.
Okay. It's not if you make a mistake because you're busy. I'm saying that would you actively try to be respectful to them? And
Oh
just
yeah, I'm trying to
say
be
sir?
respectful to everybody. I try to
Carrie,
make sure
okay, then
everybody
what's
knows.
the-
Unless
I'm
unless
confused
it's
what
a
the problem
stranger, apparently.
You what?
Unless
Right.
unless it's some dude across the street, apparently.
The only reason I do not respect the dude across the
that's what
street,
friends
and this
do.
is one point I will put out there, the one reason I do not respect Mike, since you want to say that, I appreciate you saying that, by the way. The one reason I do not like the dude across the street is because he's a pedophile. The only reason he changed into himself into a trans.
Oh my god!
Pedophile? That is what he is. He literally goes after young kids. And he
We
just
already
changed.
told you how to censor yourself. Why don't you listen?
God damn it. You know, as bad as that
I
conversation,
got nothing against y'all, but I got trans friends, but
as bad as that
like
conversation was, I would have continued it if he actually would respect that one fucking boundary to stop saying the P word. Like, really.
I don't know.
I mean, whenever people say they advocate for kids, it's not if you're trans. What is that noise?
Oh, sorry. I'm opening my Uncrustable.
It sounded really weird.
You guys eating an entire roll of
I'm
foil?
eating my very adult lunch. I have my Go-Gurt and my Uncrustable.
That was like an entire wrap of foil, a whole roll.
That was the superior lunch as a child.
That was, yes, it was.
okay, but being a grown up is knowing that you can put an Uncrustable in the air fryer, and it's the
Right.
most amazing thing I've ever put in my face.
Why
And you can buy Uncrustables anytime you want. And you can eat it anytime you want.
Right.
Why did I have that when before I had my surgery? Now I can't eat them anymore.
Aww.
Aww.
Misty, hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
All right. How old are you?
I am like late 30s, mid 30s. I don't remember. But I just wanted to share some conversations that I had with my daughter a couple days ago. So she's in 4th grade. We live in California. She goes to a public charter school. So they are very supportive of the trans community, kids that identify whatever pronouns they want to and genders.
Awesome.
And so she came to me and she was like, "Hey mom," she's like, "I need to talk to you about something." And I'm like, "What?" "Don't understand what's going on at school." And I'm like, "Well, what happened?" She said that a bunch of kids are bullying some of her friends that identify as different pronouns and have come out that they are trans. And she's like, "I just don't understand it." And I'm like, "Well, what don't you understand?" She's like, "I just don't understand why people care so much, like why all these kids and bullies care so much about someone's life and it's not their life. Like why it doesn't bother them, it doesn't hurt them. So why do they care so much?" And I'm like, honestly, we had to have a whole discussion on, like the LGBTQ plus community and how unfortunately the community gets targeted and a lot of, hate crimes happen and stuff happens. And it all starts out from hatred and people that are very non-accepting and that have been raised very closed-minded, and it is opposite of how my husband and I have raised her. And she was just completely as a 4th grader, it was just so refreshing to see. It's like, how can a 10-year-old sit here and understand that the way that people are being treated in today's society is just complete wrong? Like, if a 10-year-old can understand that we need to treat everybody, no matter how you identify, no matter what your pronouns are, if you're gay, straight, trans, queer, whatever you are, you're still a person. You still have a heart. And she even mentioned that. She was like, they're still a person. They have feelings. And I'm like, yeah, it's horrible. And she's like, I started telling kids at school every time I hear them complain or bullying a student for how they identify. She's like, I've literally just been telling other students, you maybe should just keep your mouth shut if you don't have nothing nice to say and it's not your life. So why are you worried about it? And she was like, I think I'm starting to get a little bit of hate for it, but she's like, I really don't care. That's just her personality. Very much like me. But yeah, but it's so refreshing to see, and it's crazy. Like a 10-year-old can understand compassion and being a decent human being over, I see adults that are full adulting and, it's like they can't even agree. I mean, even politicians, for example, it's like, what happened to just the person being a human being and being a person, no matter what is it, what is it, doesn't bother anybody how they identify. Like, at the end of the day, it's their life. Why do you have an opinion about it? You know, it's like, it's a
Most
person.
kids actually get that stuff really easily, unless they have already been taught to hate,
like tainted,
and then they'll kind of regurgitate the shit that they have at home, right, where they hear
Right.
a lot of negative stuff. But
And the
if
interesting-
you,
and that's the
it just
interesting
depends.
part that you say that, because from what I've noticed, all the kids that have had issues are all coming from families that, I mean, not to get in politics, but are very big Trumpers, right wing supporters, Republican.
Those do correlate.
conservatives.
They do.
Right.
They do.
And that's what they hear at home. They watch Fox News 24/7, and they think that literally is
Right.
which is so funny, because these are the same families that are like, oh, we're Christian and, you know, we love everybody. And then yet it's like, yeah, how funny, yet your kids are the ones that are going to school and being bullies. You know, it's like, you can't teach your children compassion, and it's mind-boggling, to be honest. But it was refreshing to hear, like, my daughter's point of view.
This whole idea, right, that if we teach these kids these things, they're going to be confused. It's not confusing to kids. It's not. It's not.
And I really
It's
hate when
shameful the
people are
number
like,
of adults. It's
That-
shameful the number of adults who believe that children are ignorant and stupid and their brains are tiny and this, that, and the
Yeah,
other thing.
or like-
Parents believe this of their own children, and it really makes
Right.
me sad for their children, because they, you know, what children need is for adults to encourage them to, like, because kids are smart. They're incredibly intuitive.
Right.
They understand their surroundings. They understand themselves. They might not have the language to express it in a way that adults understand, which is what adults perceive as ignorance. But if we gave them the language, it wouldn't be confusing.
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Told them, like, this is how you, this is how you treat people. At the end of the day, a person's a person. This is how you treat someone with compassion and kindness. I mean, the world will be a better place.
the number of
And to everyone, it's funny because everyone in the comments is like, well, you're speaking like you don't have. I gave birth. I'm a dude, by the way, who gave birth to 2 whole ass human beings. So suck my
Right.
farts.
Yeah.
I love you.
And even like, I mean, even as a straight female who's married to a man, like my husband and I both raised our daughter to be very open-minded and have that mindset of it. It's not your job to like critique, or like, it is your job to be a good human being and be accepting of your friends. And that at the end of the day, that's it. And she's that kind of person and kid who's very compassionate, has friends of all different, you know, ethnicities and genders. And, you know, one of her best friends came out lesbian, and now she identifies as they, them, which for me has kind of been, you know, hard, as, you know, I'm like in my 30s, and sometimes I catch myself like saying, oh, girls, come on, and I have to like correct myself. But I've sat this, you know, her friend down and said, I'm sorry, like, you know, it's my fault, like I have to be careful when I'm calling you guys on a play date or something like that.
Yeah, I
But,
have to make with my own kids, so I get it.
Yeah. So
All right,
I'm
thank
like,
you, Misty.
thank you.
Appreciate it. I love that you guys are saying that Misty made that up. I think you guys are hilarious.
Yeah, what no one ever wants to talk about is the fact that conversations around kids being trans are usually started by the children. So
Yeah.
almost exclusively, they're started by the children.
Colin from Canada.
Well, hey and stuff.
Hello. How old are you?
40. Why do you sound so disappointed to talk to me?
It's just in general.
That name, and I don't remember why. So
Wow. Okay. Well, very supportive of the message, but Mel, I do have a bit of a bone to pick with you.
There it is.
yeah, I'm shocked.
What do you mean there it is? The only bone I have to pick with you is I don't understand the UFO background.
I'm supportive, but
Stop. That was a joke based off of all the
Today
other
is the
bugs
Oh, okay.
you guys have been getting. This is it's a
Today
joke.
is the only day that anyone has ever brought up my background.
Okay.
That's so weird.
So I would like an apology to start with for all the assuming I had a butt that was anything negative to start with.
It's typical. Colin.
I know, I'm aware. So please explain the UFO thing so I can stop feeling dumb.
It doesn't mean anything. It's just a UFO in transgender flag colors.
Okay, beauty. If that's it, then I didn't know if it had some other meaning message. That's it. That's all.
I mean,
This is
maybe
the
we need
easiest
to
one
be
of your day, probably.
Sucking
So.
children off the earth to protect them. I don't know. That's not really a thing, though. But
I was going to say some conservatives going to
Cleaning
see it
them
and
up.
they're going to be like, they're trying to like zap all the kids into being trans, and it's the aliens that have come to Earth and they're making all the kids trans or something like that. It wasn't that deep, I don't think.
Hey,
But that's
fair
funny.
enough. Okay, take care. Have a good one.
Awesome.
And can I say something about that really quickly, Colin, before you go?
Yeah, go for it. Do your thing.
Have you been in here for a bit listening?
Yes, that's why I did the butt thing, because I thought it'd be hilarious.
Okay, sorry. That was a Freudian slip. Okay, but listen. So you heard the last 3, 4, 5 people that came up here and said, and also I'm autistic, so I can't read shit undertones for shit. So just do me a favor and stop telling trans people to apologize to you for your mistake.
Before I forget, Oilers suck.
Oh, Spirit.
Oh no.
Loving the Canucks jersey. That is awesome. Thank you.
I don't
I
know if you were joking when you said that. I don't know if you were joking when you said that.
I
that
did
you
want to
wanted an
apologize.
apology.
I came in knowing what you guys did jump on.
You're echoing.
Mel, you're muted too.
Mel, we can't hear you.
Whoopsie. Yeah, Kasha, you have echo.
Oh, do I? Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, it is Cash. Okay, I was wondering what was going on because I couldn't hear you for a sec, Mel.
Yeah, I forgot I muted myself. Yeah, it's just you probably need to like close the app and come back. It's just you get the glitches. I get them too. I don't know why. Remember that camera glitch you had? And now you have the echo glitch.
Anyways, yeah, I wasn't expecting an actual apology. I came in knowing that would be the reaction.
Oh, okay.
I thought it'd be fun.
then fuck me. Then I'm the asshole. It's okay. I'm sorry.
You're good. 100%. Okay, take care, everyone.
All right, bye.
Bye. Now, looking at the UFO, I'm cisgender, but is there an option to be taken from the planet right now?
I mean, if that's, oh my God,
I mean-
I just literally picked, like, if you guys remember me from the beginning, that was like my logo.
Yeah.
I used this. Like, this is not something new. It's so weird that today, like, all the people have been talking about it. Somebody said it goes with like there's some cults that talks about aliens. I'm like, what are you talking about? Wait, did we already talk to this person?
Believe in aliens, or was that not true?
What'd you say, Michaela? You cut out at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Do Scientologists believe in aliens? I think they
I
do.
don't know. Maybe?
I don't know. It's just weird. It's the only day that anyone has ever talked about it.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Really?
Hey. I didn't know if you guys feel differently, but are you guys picking the man over the bear or the bear over the man?
Team Bear. Team Bear.
How old are you?
Multiple bears I would take.
Oh, you would choose multiple
All 3 bears.
bears?
The whole family over
The
men.
whole family bears over men. Isn't that wild? Oh my God.
No, actually. Ricky, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay.
That's not wild to you?
That's wild. I mean,
Our feelings? No, our feelings are not wild. No.
Is there a bear in the background screen? Did I miss it?
All right.
Why
so
would that be
we're
wild?
scared of men, right?
I'm scared of what men are capable of. Yes.
Oh, so do trans women not have that same capability, or?
we're not men, so.
They are women.
Well, no,
so
no, biologically they are, though, aren't they?
no,
They
they're
can still do
not.
the same amount of harm on you.
But
No.
They
also,
can still
Ricky,
do the same amount of harm on you as a real
Nope.
man, right?
A real man?
Real,
What?
100%.
Okay, Ricky,
Oh,
this is the thing.
gross.
This is regardless of gender, right? Because this is a human being.
Oh.
This is what? Oh my God. This is a human being, right? So they're going to be more intelligent than a bear, and they can
Well,
keep
I
you
would hope
alive and
so.
harm you.
I would hope so.
Great. So do you want any questions about
Did
trans?
you hit the vape before you came up here? What's going on?
Hey, do you have
Not
any
yet.
questions about?
Should I?
Do you have any questions about trans kids? Because that's what the topic is. Do you have any questions on that?
Yeah. How are kids trans?
You think they?
It's real. It's real easy, actually. So I am a trans person, so if I could take this. I am a trans person,
please,
right?
tokenize yourself.
I am a trans... Just tell me you're using words that you don't know what they mean.
Yeah, okay, go
Okay,
for it.
so...
You don't know what
okay,
woman
so
means, but I'm not making fun of you.
I sure... Stop talking. Thank you. God bless whoever did that. Thank you. So I am a trans person who is an adult, right? And what comes before adult?
Human.
Child, actually.
Well,
Child.
you're a human,
So you're a
actually.
child.
Thank you.
Oh, so
my
you
God.
stop being a human when you're an adult?
Is that what I said?
Ricky, that's what
You said it came before.
Guys, try to
you said it came
condescend, make
before
yourself
adults.
Sound better and make yourself feel better.
What?
Actually,
Mhm.
What?
Oh, 100%. Mel, your
I have a
laugh is like nails on
question.
chalkboard. It's called-
Ricky, I have a question.
Hypocrisy is wild.
Like you're being like ridiculous. So can you
Funny
please tell
too
me?
is that you just sit in your bathroom alone without your
Oh, okay.
husband. Isn't that funny too?
What?
Jesus
Sit in the
Christ.
I
bathroom
think
with
that's
my
funny.
husband.
I think that's a good.
Okay. Oh.
Oh,
No.
this was over.
You have 7 other people that have to be more interesting. I don't know.
Why would I sit in the bathroom with my husband? Like, wouldn't that be weird?
If you want to talk about the topic, talk about the topic, but grow the fuck up.
Actually, guys, actually,
What would the?
The way
I just
everyone
don't understand.
speculates on your life and like
I
what's
just don't
going
get
on.
it. Like, I don't get it. Like, why should I be with my husband while I'm
Yeah,
on?
apparently women always have to be accompanied by their husbands, or
Right.
they're just gonna be running around like wild dogs. I don't know.
That's true.
Just sitting
They
in
need
their
to be
bathroom.
asking constantly, what should I be doing? I'm sorry, sir. How can I serve
Hey,
you? What should
how
I
you
be
doing?
doing?
Right.
Hello.
How should
I'm
I
20
serve you?
I'm 21. Serve you? What the hell?
Nothing,
All
never
right,
mind.
so,
How old are
by
you?
the way,
Easy. What's your
I'm
age?
21.
Mm.
21.
I'm
What
21.
year? What year?
2002?
Was that a
Is that a
question?
problem?
Okay.
No, you asked me the year, so I'm just
I was
telling
just
you.
asking I was just asking.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. So, my quick question is,
People lie.
why
Wait, what's
is...
day and month?
Oh yeah, day and month. Yeah.
Whoa, what the hell? No, I'm not telling you all that.
Yeah, because 2002, that was 22
I
years
turned
ago.
22 this year.
When?
What month?
Yeah, what month?
In between the months of September and
Yeah, okay.
November. Yeah, okay.
What?
Anyways,
So October.
so here's my question.
He said
Oh my
September.
God.
September's not even here yet.
Between September and October, or September,
No, listen, can I get to
September
my
and
question right now?
November.
Can I
So
get to my question right now?
What?
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I get to my question? So,
can't wait.
don't y'all, I'm not trying to start like a huge argument, but
But you are.
whatever.
It
So,
can't be
don't y'all think
It can't be September though, because wouldn't that be wouldn't he be 21?
actually, yeah.
Actually,
So,
yeah, you're actually 21.
that's super
So are you
sus.
21 or
That's
20?
super sus.
Yeah, wait. You would be 23.
I'll
Hi.
be 22.
Hi.
I don't
I'm
know.
his
Turning
brother.
22.
I also have a
He
question.
would be he would be 21.
21.
Yeah,
He
you'd be
said
21.
21.
Yeah, he said
I'm 21.
22.
He's turning 22,
But he
but
said he's
I'm
turning.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he
turning
said he was
22.
To
turning
say like you're
22.
going to be turning something when it's months away. It's very strange.
Yeah, he
Does
said
it really
I am.
matter?
No, I heard him this
Does it
week. He
really?
said I
I'm
am
21 years old right now. Oh my gosh. I'm
Okay.
21. Why is this such a big deal?
Because it's just because people lie and we're trying to figure it out. That's all. All right. So great. You didn't lie. Cool. Go.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't feel the need for the hostility. We're just here to, be informed.
Okay, whatever.
It was a little
no,
bit of a, I
seriously,
don't want to start a fight, but, which means something's
Can we
coming.
get to the damn question, please?
See, this is
Set us
the
up.
problem. If you ask to be educated on these things, you still feel like we're being hostile towards you.
It was
I
the,
genuinely
hold on.
want
Let
to
me,
like,
hey,
have an answer to my-
let me tell you why, right? It was because when he came in, he said, right, I don't want to start a fight or whatever, which puts us in defense mode.
Okay, I can understand that
Well,
completely.
maybe if he didn't
So,
say that, we wouldn't be ready.
look, I just got here.
Wait.
I just want
Okay.
to know what is like what does your message stand for exactly? Like what are you trying to get across?
Kids are trans, and those kids should be supported.
In what way? So when it comes to more like the going through puberty and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, how do the hormones work? If like you fully don't understand, I'm just asking a question because I don't know.
Do the hormones work?
Yeah, so like
You want me to give you a rundown of gender affirming care? Do you want like a
if
summary
you
of
were
what
to say
it
like
is?
a 5-year-old says, okay,
5-year-olds are getting on
a
hormones.
5-year-old little boy says, okay, I am a girl.
Okay, then that child would be a girl.
What is a girl? You need to
Then
ask.
she's a
what is
girl.
What is a girl?
Can I
that's
answer this? Hold on.
They
Stop
can just
talking
like
for a
the color
moment.
pink.
Hold on. Stop talking for the moment. I can answer your question. I am a transgendered person, and just do me a favor and mute yourself because I'm going to talk for a moment, and I would like to not be interrupted. So I am a transgendered person who told the people in my life, the adult in my life, that I was a boy, right? And what that meant to me as a 5-year-old was that I was being told that I was a girl and seeing the treatment I was getting as opposed to the boys in my life, and the fact that when the things that I'm feeling seem to be more aligning with my brothers or with my male peers or what have you, right? That's what that looks like to a 5-year-old. Right? We don't know about hormones. We don't know about this. All we know is that what we're being told feels inaccurate, and it does not align with our internal sense of self. That's what that looks like to a 5-year-old. So
Okay. So if you don't mind me asking, what did you transition to female? Or
No.
sorry, to a man. Okay.
Did you listen to what he said?
I was. It was just he was speaking really fast, and I was having trouble keeping up. I have a question for the host.
Yeah.
The host. I'm sorry. I'm not. I just.
I'm ready for you to say something crazy. So
I'm not going to say anything crazy. I'm just going to ask: is it pink?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I knew
Not
he was
gonna
a
say anything
child.
crazy.
I told you he was a child. I said it. I knew it. Only a
You
teenage
did,
boy
and we
would talk
usually
like that.
do.
That is a teenage boy.
Uh-huh. Ah.
Sorry, Mel, that happened.
All right, I gotta go to the front office and pick up some
No,
paperwork.
it's just
I'll catch you guys later.
bye. It's just
Bye.
funny because people wonder why we can pick up on things, right? I
yeah,
know
the
something
biggest
crazy
red
was-
flag.
If you come in and preface what you're gonna say with certain things I don't have a problem with trans people. That usually means you're going to have a problem with trans people, right? If you're oh, I don't want to piss you off, you're gonna fucking piss me off, right? And you're setting us up for that shit. And then why are you
Yeah. Good people don't have to advertise that they're good people. They don't feel the need to introduce themselves or disclaim the fact that they are good people. They just live it. They act it. They talk a certain way, right? People who are bad people say particular things. So it's not hard to suss out.
Mm-hmm.
As a trans person, the biggest red flag for a transphobe to me is I'm not transphobic, but
Mm-hmm.
that is the single biggest, easiest, most glaring red flag, without question.
Hello, everyone. I want to introduce myself. I'm John. Nice to meet you all. I've
Hello,
just
how
got
old are you?
to question.
Sure,
I've just got to question
I need your age.
the title. Say it again. Sorry.
I need your age, please.
29. Why do you need my age? What?
Because I don't want to talk to children. So go ahead.
All right. Yeah. 29. Yeah. I'm not a kid at all. But then that's ironic in a way because you're on about let kids be trans. So wouldn't you want
How
to
is
be?
that
Speak?
ironic that I don't want to speak to children on the internet because children seeking out adults to speak to can be that can be problematic for children, and especially if adults are seeking out children to speak to. I do not want to speak to children on the internet. How is that not a problem?
I get your point there. But my thing is you can't let kids are kids. I mean, kids are literally born innocent and you
Yeah, and
literally
some
fill in the
kids
heads
are
of this kind of
trans,
stuff.
John. Some kids are trans. That
Yeah.
Some
doesn't
kids
make
are
them not
trans.
innocent. That doesn't make them not innocent. That doesn't make them not children.
Yeah, why do you believe it makes
But
them not innocent, John?
what?
Being trans, like why you believe it makes them not innocent?
No, that's not you twisting
Hey,
my
I
words.
gotta
I'm not
drop
saying
down.
because
I'm being
trans.
reported and flagged. So
I'm
I
sorry.
want to clear that up. I'm not saying
Mommy, thanks
because
for hanging out.
a kid. I wasn't saying that. Do you know what I mean at all? I'm saying kids just in general are innocent. Not because if you're trans or gay or whatever. I'm not bothered about that. I mean,
Okay.
kids in
Just be
general
silly
are
then,
innocent.
because sure.
Excuse me.
So do you
What did you
support
say?
trans kids, John?
I've got a little sister who's transsexual. I've got no problem about it, but my thing is that you need to be a certain age, like maybe 16, 18, where you can actually, start thinking this. You should not be taught this in schools. It's simple as that. You should not be
Why?
taught about different
Use
sexualities
your
and
sister
different.
against
There's
them.
two
John,
genders.
Why, John?
John, gender, being transgender is not a sexuality. This is why we need to have education, because it's clear that, there's some confusion with what's going on here, right?
Yeah, like John, what is being trans?
Something what's not your own, like your own sexuality. If you're on about sexuality.
What? No, that's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what Bish was saying. We need correct information to be told to people.
So
And
what is trans then? What is
when
trans?
we wait till people are adults, they could already have like the wrong answers to these questions. So it's better to talk to them when they are young, right? So they're correctly educated. Like, imagine if we waited until people were 16, 18 to teach them math. Wouldn't you think that's a lot harder?
No.
than
That's
if
a
we taught
completely
them their
different. That's
entire
completely
lives?
different. You need maths and
No, we're
English
talking
to
about
get
just
on in the world.
learning something, right?
Yeah, but you need the social sciences as well, right? You need to know how to communicate and the people around you. You need to know how to communicate socially, correct? And give people respect.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with that. Of course, you give
Building
each other respect.
blocks.
Right. And like this is the thing. This is how like this is what a trans person is. Their gender and sex don't align. So their gender is going to be their gender if you like it or not, right? Before the age of 16 because this is how their brain develops. So why should they not be treated with respect socially with their peers? What's wrong with that?
Because the kids, and I get this may come with controversy, but the kids at the end of the day, you're literally telling a 10-year-old boy or 10-year-old girl. Okay,
Yeah, so kids shouldn't be respectful. We shouldn't teach
I'm
kids
not
to be
saying that.
respectful to each other.
I'm not saying that, but you
Okay,
as an
this is a
adult, you
sign
as a
of
parent know
respect,
what's better for
John.
your kids, and your kids know what's better for them. It's simple as that.
God,
John, this is how kids develop if you like it or not. Why would you try to teach them to be ignorant about it?
It's not about being ignorant about it. It's being open-minded to it
It
all.
is about
really,
ignorant.
really quick before Michaela wastes all her time. How does your sibling identify?
She identifies as a boy, as a man. But she didn't do this in school, but she wasn't a kid when
Of course, John.
Misgendering.
Of course.
God damn it!
But tell us more about being open-minded.
And they're like, you can wait till you're 18. Y'all don't even show respect to grown adults that are trans. Like, let's be for real, okay? So it's not magically when they turn 16 or 18, you're going to treat them with respect.
I always wonder what people think happens on the 18th birthday, the 21st birthday. That means that specific hour, that specific minute, all of a sudden
I
people
know.
What is it?
Because
don't
you're
know.
no longer responsible for your kid as a parent.
Exactly.
So you don't have to worry about your reputation. Because you see how many people in here that yell at me daily. No, your kid regrets this. This is your fault. This
No,
is your
that's
fault.
misinformation. No one has ever yelled at you.
Daphne, I will mute you.
Wouldn't be the first time, honey. Get in line.
That's fair.
Oh gosh.
I love you.
But how did I know? Like, how did I know that he was misgendering his sibling?
Exactly.
Can we have a moment to be shocked? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't even do it. Ugh.
How
That
have
is-
your guests been today?
So annoying. What?
How have your guests been today?
Mostly terrible. There were a couple good ones.
I thought you said how was the threats been, and that would also be the same answer to the question.
Yes.
I just wanted to say to that Oilers guy,
Good
this
ones.
is it, right here.
Hi.
I just started listening to you a couple
Hi,
weeks
Cassie.
ago just by happenstance going through TikTok. And I'm
Cassie, real
74
quick.
years old.
Thank you.
And I want,
You beat me. Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to say I love your show. I never knew anything about trans. And my 2 kids are grown and gone. And I'm learning a lot. And I love your show. I think you're wonderful.
Thank you.
And there's been more commotion today than ever. I don't know why. Yeah, right? So
Some
anyway,
days are-
that's all I wanted to say.
Some days are more wild than others for sure, but yeah, thank you, Kathy.
Yeah.
Cassie,
Oh,
do you
you're
know-
welcome.
Do you know what Mel?
Bye-bye.
Kathy, you know what would make Mel feel better? If you called her a name real fast. just drop a slur or something at her on the way out the door.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
It is more common for sure, but thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
How do I
Kathy.
get off?
I got you. Bye.
And
okay.
Also, there's 1,000 people in here. If you're enjoying the show, please double tap the screen because we should have more than 36,000 likes for Mel.
We probably
Right? Send some roses. Right? Support your creators if you're enjoying the show.
Thank you.
Even if you're not. Even if the haters are in here, you're watching still. So
I don't have too much time left. I have to go bring my kid to get glasses. She's getting glasses. And because I'm so terrible, I don't bring. I don't
What?
take care of my kids.
Wait, trans kids can wear glasses now too?
Oh, I know,
Oh my
what the
God.
Anyway, Big Mac, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 22.
All right, let kids be trans.
I agree. I think that, we shouldn't suppress, how someone feels, especially in, a space that's promoted to be a safe space such as school, that, we want it to be a safe space for kids to be who they can be, to develop the way that they need to develop. And, I think the only way to have them, be ready for the world, when they get to be adults, 16, 18, the only way for them to be prepared is to educate them on these topics, is to tell them, that they feel they have the validity to feel how they feel, that their feelings are valid, and that, it's not up to them to, really decide how they feel, because the whole term trans, as Michaela was saying, refers to not necessarily someone who has fully transitioned, just someone who doesn't identify with the skin they were born in. And so, kids can feel that. Kids are entitled to feel that. I know plenty of people who, when they were in middle school, elementary school, they felt that, they didn't know who they were. They were constantly having these identity crises, that they didn't identify with the body that they were in. And so, I definitely can say that, I've seen it happen firsthand, and it's not fun to see that mental health deteriorate in an environment where it's just completely bashed on and, frowned upon or something like that. You got to give them the proper outlet to be who they are.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it, Big Mac.
Thanks, Big Mac.
W Big Mac. All right.
Also, I just want to say, I am, as a cisgender man, I am very uncomfortable having the most coins here. Can we fix that and give more to the women on the panel, please?
and Nikki, that comment was absolutely disgusting. I had to mute you for that. Why would you even write
I
that?
didn't see it, but there are some pretty crazy.
They're wild today.
It's really that made me mad. That comment actually made me
I missed it. Probably good then. Cammy, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
19.
Cool.
What year were you born?
2004.
Thank you.
All right. Let kids be trans.
No, I think it's stupid. You're all fucking...
Okay, well, I'm going to offer you a spoon to eat my entire ass.
Imagine waiting that long to just do that.
For real. I'm saying, the haters be watching. Thank you so much for the coins.
The haters do be watching.
And
It's
look,
true.
this is not an abortion live because we clearly missed the window for some of these
Yeah.
ones. Okay, can we just not?
Jesus Christ.
What, that was too far?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, well.
Hello, Lucy.
I always struggle with where the line is, so here we are.
I mean, you made me laugh. I don't know what that means. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I am 44.
All right, let kids be trans.
I absolutely agree. I think I was trying to put some of my 2 cents worth in the comments. I think a lot of people think that letting kids be trans means they're not being themselves, and I think especially having had highly evangelical parents that were very disapproving of anything, and it's like they think that that's taking away from their childhood, and there are people that are just they'll think that to the end of time, and there's people that genuinely don't understand what's really going on with that. And as a trans woman myself, with some of the discussion that was going on earlier, it was like, excuse me, I can actually say with certainty that at an early point, I did have an understanding of my gender. I just was not allowed to express that and didn't have the knowledge or awareness that there was the option to physically transition, medically transition. So it's like, I feel it's very lazy for people to think that whatever they got from whatever source they had is exactly the way it is, and come in and just be kind of like, yeah, nah, that's stupid. It's like, do you even know what it is?
Yeah, I agree with. Sorry, I got distracted by a very horrendous message that I got. Okay. Oh, God. Some of this shit is disturbing. Here's what I found.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I actually have been more a moderator than a content creator on TikTok, so it's like I'm used to pouncing on a lot of the trolls that come in, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a common troll, especially like the ones that bring in religion on it. I myself am a spiritual person, but I feel like that's a great misappropriation and weaponization of religion in itself. We can have all these things and not have to exclude, so people can have their faith and respect trans people, including trans kids, probably especially trans kids at this point.
I gotta stop looking at this. All right, yeah. Sorry. Thank you for coming up. Thanks. I appreciate your perspective. I am going to be leaving in a second, so let's see if we have anybody else that
No problems.
disagrees, but thank you so much.
Yeah, and you all have a absolutely great day.
You too. Oh, I love that. Mel, you never pay attention.
Look, I know this is a harsh thing, but can we full on block people if they can't spell your with apostrophe RE? Can that be not a mute?
I don't know if I have enough room to
It has to be a block because you're stupid.
I don't know if I can hold all of those. Like, you can only block 10,000 people, so.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Hello, Justin. You have a shitty connection. Hello?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just give my honest opinion. I think that
Great, I can't wait. But first, I need your.
y'all need to leave the.
Need to leave the
I'm
what?
36.
No, we need to leave what?
I love that
The connection.
bio says I will love the bio says I will probably offend you because we're off to a great start.
I mean, it just is what it is. Leave kids alone. Quit trying to force
I
them
wish
to
the
change
church
their
would.
gender, which is a mental illness for adults.
And it's not a mental
I mean,
illness.
it's just.
I'm sorry. Speaking of simple things, Justin, how's that brain working, baby cakes?
Bear.
Bear. Yeah. You're why people choose the bear, Justin.
Like, Justin, what do you think that you're a compassionate person in any way, or try to seek knowledge in any way, Justin?
Oh, you can unmute. It sounds at the bottom of the screen.
Do you know how to unmute? Probably have to send him a request.
Oh my God.
Is he in a Planet Fitness? Of course.
You know, of course he is.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just asked a
All right,
question. Do you have any? Wait. I'm asking you a question. Do you have
Yeah,
any
that's what I was answering.
compassion or seeking to have any knowledge? To know something
could work
new.
more on. I could work on being more empathetic. I do agree with that.
That's good.
However,
Good thing to recognize.
I mean, my mindset is I don't want anybody bullied or hurt or killed or anything else, but I also am very much a traditionalist. I'm a very much a traditionalist, and normal is okay. Being normal is okay.
Sure. Justin, you're correct. I agree with you. There's nothing wrong with being normal, but I have a question for you. Do you realize, and I'm not picking on you for real, do you realize that you said you don't want anyone to be bullied or unalived, but there should never be a but to that, right?
No. I went on to the attitude. So, I don't want anybody to be bullied or killed or beat up or anything else.
You got to say,
however,
Justin, hold on one second, bud.
However, it's just a different but.
Yeah, I hate this. We have to say unalived on here. It's the app. We have speaking code. It's weird, and I despise it. And I talk that way in public, and it's weird. But yes, unalived.
Okay,
Yeah.
I apologize.
It's okay.
But this is the thing, Justin, you said that you're a traditionalist, and you know what? You have the right to be a traditionalist, right? And have people around you that are traditional. But do you think everyone in the world is traditional like you?
And well, I would say in their own sense of tradition, yes. But for all of eternity, I mean, and there's always been things of this. I guess it's just exposed more now with the internet and everything else. And I couldn't get into a big scientific argument with you about it or anything else. And my problem with this particular subject, let kids be trans. I mean, what percentage of, let me ask you this, since you are in the community more and see it more. Okay, let's just say there's 100 households with trans-friendly parents or trans, genders themselves. Out of those 100 houses, how many sets of the parents are pushing it on their kids?
No,
versus just
no
saying,
one is pushing
hey,
it. Justin, there is zero incentive for people to push their kids to be trans, and also it wouldn't work because you can't convince someone to be a gender that they're not. So it's not going to work anyway. And if they are doing that, Justin, we're against that. We are against forcing anybody to be something that they're not. What we're saying is there are kids that are trans. Why can't you allow them to be who they are? Like, I don't understand.
So at what age should you allow a child to have operation to take off their?
So you're not.
What?
This is the thing. There's no we're not talking about operations, Justin. What we're saying is being.
That's not what being trans is.
That's not what being trans is. Do you know what being trans is?
Identifying as a different gender than to which you were born.
Right, kind of. Your gender identity is different from your sex. So if there's a child and they're telling you this is my gender, why would you not respect that? What's wrong with respecting that?
There's nothing wrong with respecting it, but I mean that's if my 8-year-old said, or well, let's just say a little bit older, let's just say a 13-year-old, they're coming into their own. They're just and it's a little boy. He says, "Hey, Mom, I want to have my chopped off."
That's not what they say.
Justin, that's not what's happening.
I'm not being mean. It's an honest question.
I understand. I understand, Justin. You may have gotten a lot of misinformation from other things, but that's not what's happening at all. You see what I'm saying? They're going to go to therapy and they just need your support and understanding. And the doctors are the ones that are going to tell you what care the child needs. It's going to be the doctors and also what the child is comfortable with.
So then that makes me more comfortable that this is not a room full of people saying, "Hey, let's push this agenda on our children."
There's no agenda.
We're not pushing anything.
We're just letting people be. Justin, may I ask you a question? Have you been in Mel's Lives before?
Yes, sir.
Have you been here before?
I have not. No, I was actually just sitting in the car after work and scrolled through, and I see that, and my brain automatically goes to what I just said, and I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, at first I got it,
Yeah, so. People jump to surgeries because that's a lot of the misconceptions that things are told. Mel, do you mind if you're okay with it, sharing like a 60-second version of your family, your story?
Can I do a 60-second version?
Well, no, but this is coming out. You know what I mean? Take it as long as you want to. I'm saying.
All right. So,
move
like,
forward.
so for instance, you talked about a 13-year-old, though. So a more realistic scenario, I guess, would be if a child waits till they're 13, they would say something like, you know, because my daughter literally did this, like, Mom, you know, I am not a boy, right? Not, I want to cut my stuff off. Like, that's not what they Mom, I know you think I'm a girl or a boy, but I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, right? And then you would have a conversation. What do you need from me? How can I support you?
So then you would go along with in saying that support and saying, hey, you know, versus either totally just saying have it your way, or totally disagreeing with them, helping them figure it out with medical professionals and everything else. It just is pretty much a support system.
Yeah, you should support them, absolutely. Like, she knew what she wanted. She knew she had a name. She had she wanted to change her clothing. She wanted to grow her hair out. She wanted to change her pronouns. And I said, cool, that's fine. No, we can do that.
So your daughter wanted to transition to a boy? Is that right?
No. My daughter was assigned male at birth. She's not.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
She's not a boy.
I got you.
She's a girl. She developed that way. So she had to tell me because I didn't know. That's typically how it works. The children have to tell you because you don't know, right? And then I said, hey, I'm gonna reach out to the doctor and like see what we need to do, right? So then she got referred to a therapist and endocrinologist, and that was kind of the start of Gender Affirming Care.
Sure. Okay. Well then, yeah. So I mean, I won't take up any more of your life. So I appreciate the explanation. And again, like I said, I don't just want to come in and say, hey, you want to be a trans, so you need to unalive. Sorry, I got it right this time. I don't have that mindset or want to hurt anybody or anything else. I don't. Man, there's so many people that don't always have children's best interests in mind, man, and it sucks because that's, you know, we mold our kids, and you know, a lot of them grow up pure and young until they're hurt. And so when I seen this, I told you what my first thought was, so it was actually pleasing to speak with you all and, you know, be educated a little bit. And we still agree to disagree, but again, I'm so glad that this is not I'm so glad that this is not a hey,
Justin,
push this narrative
what
on
the
me.
hell do you mean by you agree to disagree?
Yeah.
We all have different opinions on things, don't
So
we?
when you talk, hold on. So when you're talking about like that, you don't want these children to unalive, right? Or to be unalived or unalive themselves. Like, support is what they need. You cannot, if I would have told my daughter, well, like, no, you're a boy, like you were born that way, I'm sorry. Like, that would have caused her extreme distress, right? That would have been very harmful to her. That's the whole point of this live, is to teach people and parents how to support their children.
But no,
what
it's
if
not
whenever
what
you
it's
took her to the doctor would have explained that she was a boy? How does that work?
No, that's not what the doctor is saying, Justin. This is the thing, Justin. You said you need to be more compassionate, right? And that's honorable to say.
I do,
right?
yeah, and it's the truth. I mean, I'm not a sugarcoating person. Like if something that I need to work on, I admit it, and then if somebody else, I mean, yeah, it's just about truth. It's not about trying to be anybody that you're not, and everybody has flaws, and it's whether they're willing to admit it and work on it.
But this is the thing, Justin. This is someone's gender, right? And it's the truth, right? They're not lying to you, Justin, when they're telling you this, right? And so you should be giving compassion to the child. And so if this would cause them distress, misgendering them and say, no, that's not who you are, why would you do that to just harm them? Wouldn't you want them to be happy and have like a fulfilling life?
I mean, yeah, I would have to really dig deep to to get to that point. But yeah, I mean, I guess we all want. I mean, I can't say we all, but I mean, I definitely, and most parents want what's best for their children. So, I mean,
Right.
it's I guess it is I mean, I can't just sit here and lie to you and say, oh yeah, I would do it. It would be very tough for me, and that's just being honest with you,
Right.
because
And
I didn't grow up in a world where any of that was ever even put in front of me.
right.
So I mean, that's where the mindset comes from, and I mean, it is a different world now, so that's something that if I was put in that situation, then I would first off have to educate myself more, because as I said, I couldn't sit here and have a a great argument with you besides of what the basics are. I couldn't.
Right.
And Justin,
And
I
so
just wanted to say
So
that's it exactly. I think that by you asking those questions, because we've already had to kind of debunk a few of your suggestions right away, right? Like kids aren't chopping anything off. Like that's not what's happening. So if you could spread that in your circles that are away from our circles, that's the start of that misrepresentation, of that misinformation.
sure, and that's
education is key, right, Justin? Like just educating yourself
what's that?
about.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like education is key. So if
Sure.
you go and educate yourself about the trans community, just go in there, right? Like just go. You can go. Like Google is free, right? And
Yep.
actually look at the stories of like real life trans people, not what you're hearing people say about trans people, right?
Sure.
Just actually look at them and their lives and their families, and you can learn a lot. And a lot of misconceptions you have will actually change.
Yeah.
I would like to share a resource with you, Justin. Have you heard of the Trevor Project before?
The what? Trevor?
The Trevor Project.
Yeah, the name.
No, I have not.
Okay, so the Trevor Project is a nonprofit organization. They are the nation's only 24/7, 365 unaliving and crisis prevention helpline for LGBTQ plus youth, not just trans youth only. But there's a great resource on there. If you go to trevorproject.org/resources, it's an entire resource library that can give you a lot of information on these topics. That's really focused on helping keep children specifically alive. This stat I'm going to give you right now is not only about trans youth, it's all LGBTQ. In the past year, 1.8 million LGBTQ youth considered unaliving themselves. That's a massive number. And those numbers continue to increase year after year when we see legislation introduced, because kids see the legislation is being introduced against their healthcare, their own rights. Kids see this and it affects their lives as well. So 1.8 million kids consider unaliving themselves just because of this kind of information, the disinformation that's out there. So kids hear what adults are saying, and that's why it's
That's
so
horrible.
important. So I want you to check, whenever you have some time, check out the
Yeah,
website.
trevorproject.org/resources. I got you.
/resources. There's a ton of information, and there's also things to say, that give wonderful guides on how to be an ally to trans youth, about understanding pronouns, understanding identities, what to do if you make a mistake and misgender someone. There's great resources in there. Please take some time and check it out.
Amazing.
I will.
Justin, one more thing. Do you have kids?
I have a daughter. Yes.
Is she young?
She's 16. So
Okay, so no. Then it's kind of irrelevant. I was going to say, what we're trying to do here is to get parents to educate themselves before their children possibly come out to them, before they have a transgender child. Because what happens is if you don't have this type of education and your child does come out, they often get rejected. They don't get believed. And then they sit alone, right? Feeling broken, and they don't typically talk to anyone. They hold on to that for themselves. And those are the kids that will attempt to unalive themselves because they don't have a support system.
And I mean, I know you're right on that, because I mean, I know plenty of people who would just be like, "Oh, shut the hell up! No, you're not. Quit acting like that. Better."
Yeah.
Or just some blame. And I mean, I'm sure that that's out there.
Yeah, it's
And
actually unfortunately a very common experience for LGBTQ youth.
There's another one I would need to double check the stat on. Someone in the panel or in the comments, please check me. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that 40% of unhoused youth are LGBTQ. I believe it's 40. Please let me know if I'm wrong on that one. It's a really high number though. And that number again has been shown an increase over the past years with all these laws coming out of families throwing their kids out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's
40 to 60. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it.
40 to 60. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's it. So
That's some
thanks
big.
for coming
That's
in.
some big
and,
numbers.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I
Hey,
guess
all right,
so.
y'all. Thank you all for the education, and y'all have a blessed evening. Take care.
Thank you, Justin.
That was a good conversation to end on.
Yeah.
Justin, change your bio. You didn't offend me.
Yeah.
And I really, that's the thing with these topics. I know a lot of people are like, oh, these topics are, let me switch it back to, are rage bait and you're just trying to make everybody mad. And well, the whole thing is that unfortunately, the way TikTok works is if we don't have topics that catch people's attentions, they just scroll on by, right? And we want to be able to have these conversations. And it would be nice if everyone was as open-minded as Justin and be like, okay, I am misunderstanding this topic. Let's, have them explain it versus getting mad and running off and complaining somewhere else, which is what people do a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a really good conversation to end on. You want them, but yell, okay.
Oh my gosh.
No.
But I was watching a seminar and the lady was saying how to get through to people that been radicalized and believe like all these like hateful things. And she says first validate and then validate and then correct. So like, it's valid that you heard that these crazy things are having all this propaganda about this community, right? But that's not true. And then they'll be more inclined to listen.
That's great. I love
So
that.
that's what I've been trying today, and it seemed to work. So
Look at you. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Bye. Bye, Michaela. Bye, Besh.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the love, support, the everything. I always go down the the subs. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, I was supposed to leave at 1:30 to go get my kids' glasses, but I was like, I kind of wanted to finish out that conversation. So thank you guys as always, and I will see you later. My husband is out of town again, so I may be around a little bit more the next couple days. So I don't know. You never know. If you see me, see me. Bye. I can't leave. I'm trying to leave. Oh, is anybody live? Nope. I don't know. Don't see anybody. Okay. Bye for real.